All right, fuck it. We streaming. We should be. Yep. Episode 179. Here we go. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Oh, brother, man, you got now got the pause mic sensitivity up.
Am I shaking? I can feel my leg kind of.
But welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Midnight Oil, episode 179 of the Splashcast Monday Night Raw. I'm your co-host Reggie.
I'm your co-host Norwood. Our powers combined, we are your HBCU homeboys. What's good?
What's good, my friend? What's good, my friend? I appreciate your patience. Go ahead and get that off my chest early. This is the first episode with our assistant executive producer in the building. I failed to get the itinerary correct, or I failed to meet the itinerary that I thought I was gonna make. Shout out to my partner in crime who helped a young brother out towards the end.
Yeah, I mean,
And then the computer just said, "You know what? We're gonna restart twice." I said, "Oh, okay, cool, cool, cool." How you feeling, brother?
I am feeling good, ready to pie. I feel like we took the break, but I'm ready to let my thoughts be heard, especially in basketball now. We've transitioned.
Oh
From
yeah,
football
that's right.
season
You
to
took a week.
basketball
Oh, we
season.
took a break, but you took like a break. Yeah,
Yeah.
you haven't talked since the trade, have you?
Uh-uh.
Ooh.
Well, we needed a cooling off period, especially like once football is over, let the All-Star do whatever. Clearly they don't care about All-Star basketball, so why should I?
What were your thoughts on
Chris
the All
Paul
Star
and Wimby,
game?
which
You never really said. You never had a chance to say anything, or did you want to talk about that? And I
they're
didn't
too
think.
rich. They're too rich. They're too rich. That's it. They don't care about All-Star game, and neither shall I. But I don't want to hear anything other than we make too much money. We make so much money that when we supposed to do something for the fans, we refuse to.
That's the
Too
part I
rich.
didn't understand. Like they're complaining about, we're not doing this, you're not doing that. I always looked at All Star Game, the Pro Bowl, the baseball All Star Game, anything where it's really for the fans. It's not for you. Like you're showing your appreciation to the fans. We get to see you in a semi, I don't want to say unprofessional, but casual manner, right? We get and you're more accessible. Little kids are doing stuff. You're meeting with organizations and foundations. Like I always thought of it as a way to give back to the fans, and it hasn't turned into that. It's turned into, I don't want to get hurt, or I just don't feel like playing, or this sucks, or this, that, and the third. Now that you say that, I'm very disappointed. I didn't even think about it that way.
You guys make so much money that you can basically say, "Hey, fans, kiss my ass." That's cool, but don't ask them about your jersey either.
Oh, yeah, I guess. I guess. Um, so it is what it is, and there's been some shakeup in the NBA as well. But let's start off with the pregame. Y'all know what it is on Monday Night Raw. We do the pregame followed by we're gonna do basketball first now because football is over with, and then we'll get to football. As always, remember, like, follow, subscribe, tell a friend, tell a friend, tell a friend. Get you some coffee or some tea. Wind down with us. We're going to do some soccer.
Water.
All right, yeah, I had mine. We're going to do some soccer. Shout out to the Atlanta United. The Atlanta United drew one of the world's largest football crowds. When I say football, I mean soccer and American football. I mean European football. Crowds this weekend with 65,520 in attendance. They also beat the next largest crowd by 35,000. I want to say it was the largest MLS crowd in history, or one of the
Yes.
largest ones. It was kind of crazy.
So let me contextualize what Reggie's telling you guys. Third highest attendance in any soccer game to ever exist on this planet. Ever. Brought to you by the Atlanta United.
I think
The
that's
two
MLS.
that were
I think that's
larger.
MLS. I think that's MLS.
No. No. Number one, 81,365 by Borussia Dortmund. Don't ask me where that is because I don't know. Second is Inter Milan. It's 68,271. And then that brings us to the Atlanta United, 65,520 patrons.
Okay. So non-World Cup. Okay, I understand now. Because I was like, man, the World Cup be having like 5,000 people, like 120,000 people.
Yeah, no, we regular season, dog. Now, I mean,
my bad. I'd be to argue. I was like, nah, that ain't right. Now I know that I've seen the World Cup have a whole lot of going on,
but it means a lot because Atlanta's a city that consistently gets and loses a hockey team, which we're apparently supposed to get another one here pretty soon, and hopefully this one sticks. But this is also
they're gonna put it with the whites.
This is not. This is not. Which I don't know who's going.
Not who you. Which
for
mean?
Me,
not you. Sorry.
That's a whole different conversation for a different day, though. 65,000 people in the Mercedes Dome to support soccer is unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Yeah, it's pretty fantastic. I will say that. It is pretty fantastic.
That's a hell of a vouch for the city. That means that they're doing the right things. And that's one of those indicators that means y'all going to get some more money.
Also,
that's the one that you hang your hat on is right there. We're going to get some more money here soon.
Shout out to Arthur Blank. Shout out to Mercedes-Benz Stadium. If you haven't had a chance to actually go to an Atlanta United game, you should go. It's actually one of the better atmospheres. You really ain't really got to know a lot about soccer. Like, you go out there, by the time you get the chants down and you know the main players and you get your little $2 hot dog and $3 popcorn because they do the $20 thing, so more and more people come. By the time you do that, get you a couple beers, you just out there partying.
Also, shout out to the Mercedes-Benz Dome, setting a precedent for affordable fans. Just experience the food. Now I see other people, I think Phoenix and at least one other organization moving back to reasonable prices for things. So I do appreciate people paying attention, saying, hey, man, we don't have to take all of these people money. And honestly, if we make it reasonably priced, I think that's one of the reasons they get so many people. Because you know, especially a person like you with a growing family, you got to do the multiplier. Well, all right, well, we do this, then multiply times 3 with tickets and food. I mean, I remember when the hot dogs and hamburgers used to be $20. Hey, we're going to eat before we go in here. We'll eat after.
You get one thing.
Right.
You better figure out what it is. But yeah, man, it's fun. It's fun. If you have a chance, go to it. You'll love it. We're going to be in the building sometime soon. And
I will say it's probably the third best Georgia atmosphere. You got, I'll actually probably put UGA number 1.
Yeah, it's up there.
Braves number 2.
Yeah, it's up there. Yeah.
And then it's the soccer. Now Falcons and Hawks, y'all got to get to getting, but
it's conditional with the Falcons and Hawks. Y'all got to win. Like, you gonna sell out UGA just to sell it out. You gonna sell out United. United ain't won recently.
Yeah, they did. They have a championship though. They have a championship more recently than everybody else, minus the Braves.
Well, yeah.
And I think that's what set the precedent is they came in and they kind of were winners, so they never really had the loser stigma that, God bless you. They never had the loser stigma that the Hawks and Falcons have to varying degrees. And I don't like to call them losers, just not winning. There's a big difference there.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like. I know what you mean, but it don't sound like a.
Because we've gotten to this point in the world where people like Chris Paul and James Harden and Russell Westbrook are losers, and that's just factually inaccurate. They just haven't won a championship.
Yeah, but
I ain't finna call.
Yeah,
we're right. No, we had the longest stint of playoff appearances before they Budenholzer got out of here.
Yeah.
None of our teams are losing teams though. We ain't. No offense to the Lions. No offense to the Cavs.
Browns.
Yeah, that's just. Yeah, well, yeah.
I hate to say it. I mean, and ooh,
Panthers.
well, because I red cards. We're gonna talk about these thugs fighting on the field. But who else can the Bengals ever shake the stigma of being losers? They have been to the Super Bowl twice, but the Bengals for a long time are since like the 90s.
Nah, they weren't really, because I ain't gonna say that, because when Marvin Lewis was there, they would get to the playoffs every year. They just lose in the first round.
Yeah,
And they're not. For me, the Bengals are more cheap than losers.
or are they losers because they're cheap?
Both. Oh, that is synonymous. Because they the brokies. They are the brokies for sure. If they more broke. They more of a poverty franchise than a loser franchise, in my opinion.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I don't know if you could shake the stigma of being a loser, but I will say you're right. Any team that has won a championship in the beginning of whatever league, NBA, NFL, MLB, you're forever a winner. Like, you're forever a winner.
And they came in like gangbusters. Like, oh, what's up? Y'all need a winner? You need a champ? Your city struggling? Your hair's uneven? You look dusty?
15 in a row. I don't care if it's 11 teams. 17 in a row. we don't let blacks play. 10 World Series. Yeah, we see you, Yankees. Like, we don't let, we see all of that stipulated, but they claim it, and they consider winners.
That we're gonna purge everything on this team, because everything that's good is gone. But I'm happy to see them playing well again. I appreciate them, because we need all the winning we can get on this here podcast. Yeah. Next up, can we discuss the Thugs gang members?
So there's women's basketball, women's soccer. It's two teams. I don't know if this semi. I think this is semi-pro. This is a college.
I don't know what this is. It could be college. It could be semi-pro.
No, it's college. It's college.
What it is a hit. Do we have the media, or just do we need to discuss it here?
No, I am not opening nothing on this computer.
Okay, fair enough. So I'll post it to the page tomorrow. The girl comes down. They get into a little scuffle, back to back. The girl walks into the girl's face, and the keeper, a.k.a. the enforcer, is kind of done. So she hit it with the right first.
Hit
it with two rights. No. But the first, you know how like when a cat kind of hits somebody, like pop real quick? Caught her with two of those.
Yeah, she mushed her.
And then the girl wasn't phased enough. So then she hit her with that final, I told you I'm done. And put some respect on my name, hit her upside her head. And then the ref, who also had no control of this game, just let everything carry on way too long.
Well, to be fair, if I'm the ref, the two girls that started fighting, or two women, I'm sorry, the two women that started fighting, I wouldn't have suspected them as fighters. I would have been like,
clearly the girl didn't suspect that to be a fighter. That you got hit 3 times. Wop, babbaloo, bop, wop, bamboo.
Yeah, she grabbed her head with her left hand and then hit her with the right fist. Like, nah, you don't duck. Bow, eat that.
You don't want me, then don't talk to me. Go ahead and free yourself.
But we were speaking about the Evil Empire earlier, when they didn't win all those World Series without the blacks playing. But the Yankees will allow players to have well-groomed beards, which is, for y'all that don't watch baseball, it's not a big deal to you. You're probably like, what? Everybody has beards. We have beards on this podcast. They have beards in basketball, football. No. The Yankees forced you to shave your beard, and you had to be their version of well-groomed. No beard, maybe a mustache. No do-rags, no jewelry, no nothing. Well, now...
No, they let Stroman have a do-rag, which is crazy to me, is you won't allow a human to wear a beard, but you will allow him to wear a do-rag on the pitching mound. That is confusing to me. But I don't think that they could... That looks racist. That's unfortunately what it is. Because you didn't have this rule before, and you can't let this guy get on your team. Like, you know what? hey, no do-rags. That was not in your policy. You made a black policy. And the messed up part about it is they made old boy last year cut his beard, who had a wonderful, glorious beard, very similar to myself. And then they traded him like 2 or 3 days later.
2 days later.
I have beef with the Yankees like King Griffey Jr. for the rest of my life, dog. It's up forever, and it's never not up. But and even Stroman, he cut his beard, and it wasn't super long, but y'all know how it is being being black. I'm not going to say a person of color, but as a black person, you cut your beard. Everybody face ain't for that now.
Well, what I was saying was they didn't allow do-rags, and I was gonna say, yeah, they let Stroman wear do-rags and jewelry, and you could tell that was kind of the newer Steinbrenner, not the dad, but I guess this is the son or grandson. He's trying to separate himself a little bit from his father, and from the father's ways. So you kind of saw, to me, if you go back and look at kind of the decisions he's made regarding uniforms, you kind of saw this coming, and eventually they can give you all the money in the world, but now what it is all the other teams are now spending a crap ton of money. The Dodgers are spending $1 billion. The such and such are spending people are spending so much money to try to be competitive that you are going to have to conform. I can go to the Dodgers and I can have a beard down to my belly button and still get paid $750 million.
And you just get to a point where that should not be what's in the front of the conversation that you're having about free agency and getting players is, since 1972, make you walk around with the Tom Selleck beard, bro. Dude, we're in a whole different era, whole different time. If you don't make some level of adaptation, then yeah, you're going to lose players. Like they pay you so much money that you might be willing to do it, but that's also a part of what's costing them so much money is, bro, if I come here, you have to pay me enough to cut my beard off.
Yeah. Yeah. And final word is for me is your endorsements. I mean, beard, butter, and beard, all of that is like part of this culture. Like you have to. That is now. You talk about NIL. Kids can make that, and now I can make that. Why would I come to the Yankees when I can stay in college, make NIL money, and keep my beard and express myself however I want to? Like this. I ain't think about that either. NIL may have had something to do with this too.
I mean, I think for me, it's just an adaptation of time, which has taken too long. But let's move on. Speaking of things that have taken too long or maybe not long enough, the Braves and ESPN have broken up. They are mutually agreed to opt out of the final 3 years of their deal per a letter obtained by The Athletic.
You said the Braves?
I mean, excuse me, not the Braves. Well, yes, the Braves, because that's the only thing that matters in the MLB. I don't care. What I meant to say was ESPN
baseball
and baseball, but I don't care about the rest of y'all teams. So I was really right. I might have had a Freudian slip there, but I just told y'all the truth. So MLB and ESPN have broken up. This is interesting because Commissioner Rob Manfred was pretty upset that baseball just doesn't get enough coverage on ESPN, which is fair, but y'all don't really do the best job of making it coverable. But it's the worldwide leader in sports and America's favorite pastime, saying we're kind of cool on each other.
Yes. So baseball has been trying to give itself a facelift their entire league, similar to the way the NBA and the NFL are trying to figure out the All-Star game. Baseball and viewership, not NBA with viewership all over. Baseball has been trying to figure that out for the last decade. Now, and you're right, they have done better. I will say they probably have the best All-Star weekend. Like they're by far.
Hockey. Them and hockey.
Hockey for sure. They have tried to bring themselves to the forefront of sports media, but they always get pushed. I mean, don't nobody watch baseball tonight for real? Don't nobody watch this stuff and they don't get the advertisement. They get the bad time slots, and they're like, "Well, we don't want that."
The issue with that is even though basketball viewership is down,
still
NBA really don't care because their actual engagement is up. So yeah, I got all these other ways to kind of get some basketball. I wish that they would make it more accessible to more people. That's my biggest thing about really all of these sports is if you're not in your home area, it's almost impossible. And even in your home area, you got to have the cable package just so you can watch your team, or you have to buy league pass, Sunday ticket, all of these other things. It and we know what the economy is. We know what people's pockets look like. So asking them to pay that extra, y'all hear the drag strip in the background. But just asking people to pay more money when there's already more month than money. And then one of the things that kind of brings us all together is sports. And we can't even watch it unless you're in Atlanta. Or like personally, I would like to watch Rockets games. But I can't even watch Rockets games because I don't have the cable package. And they're blacked out on League Pass.
Mm-hmm. Locally. Yeah, that has been the downside. And I always said that with streaming. I was like, streaming, y'all think streaming, they was like, yeah, streaming's coming, cable's dying. I was like, y'all are foolish. Cable is about to just morph into streaming. And that's what, by the time you pay for all of these things, Netflix, like you gotta watch, gotta watch NFL on Netflix, Peacock, Sunday and ticket. Amazon. It's like, come on, dog.
Amazon.
And
Amazon's the only. At least Amazon, like nobody got to Amazon for Prime Video. It's like, oh, I could just watch stuff on Amazon too, because it's just. I think it's really like last 3 or 4 years I've been watching things on Amazon. Before I just needed that Amazon Prime, so I get everything in 2 days. Nope, Amazon Music. Everybody always has an Amazon Prime account. Nobody uses Amazon Music, not that I know.
But Amazon gives you, I don't know if they give, well, yeah, they give you Amazon Prime Video with your Amazon Prime account. To bring this all back to baseball, though, I do think baseball is going to try to go the NBA and NFL route, where they're going to try to divvy up their big games amongst multiple streaming platforms. I think that's what they're trying to do, because I don't think they're making enough. They feel as if they can make more money doing it that way versus the streaming platforms. And then they could also have a little bit more control over what they're able to put out.
And they're going to go to these, me and Reggie, one thing I can tell y'all is, if we talk about it on this podcast, there's a 95% chance it's going to happen in real life. We told y'all about those robot umpires 2 years ago. Mm-hmm. They on the way. They will be here in spring training. I forgot which manager was like, oh, we're not worried about that. They're not implemented this year. Hey, fool.
They there now. When we said, I was like, bro, once they bring it to the preseason, it's a wrap. And they already there. And they have already caught umpires. They've caught like 4 of them already.
Hey, not this season, next season. But when you could be kind of figuring out how to use this in the future, you're just not going to worry about it because it ain't got nothing to do with this season. Mm-hmm. They call that stupid where I'm from.
We'll circle back. Hey, if you have a chance, there is a post. Norwood will post it, and I'll try to make a reel. Brian Curley is a pitcher for Georgia, University of Georgia. He has one of the weirdest wind-ups when he is about to deliver a pitch, or weirdest deliveries. He has like a 2-second pause, and then he just throws the ball 102 miles an hour, 101 miles an hour, 100 miles an hour.
Correct.
At one point, he struck out the batter for the game. It was the game-winning strikeout. During the pause, he looked at the dude on second base and was like, ha, 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 and then
sticks his tongue out.
Yeah, and then throws the strike. I was like, oh, you got to fight.
He is 100% the Trey Young of baseball, and he is going to get beat up eventually. I hope he can fight, because what Reggie's talking about is in his delivery, once he picks his leg up, he's got enough strength that he can just kind of hold his leg. He goes up, then he comes back down, and he says, man, I just try to throw the hell out of the ball. And I know it, like, as a batter, you're like, it's almost a balk, but he doesn't put his foot down, so it's not a balk. And then he throws a cannon right at you, and there's nothing you can do but
nothing.
God, honestly. Hey,
yeah, he's
Braves, nice. Make that call. Keep him around.
He's right down the road. Yeah, he's nice though. If y'all have a chance, go watch Brian Curley. It's the weirdest thing ever.
Y'all know I hate UGA, and this I ran in the group. Hey, y'all see this? Look at this. Look at what he doing. Look at what he doing.
That dude went and looked at you and was like, ah.
But if you do that to me and I'm on the other team, I'm fighting him, coach. I'm going to tell you that now. Go ahead and whatever y'all got to do, I'm going to fight him. You're not gonna play with me like that. You're not disrespecting me like that.
Breaking news, man. We got some. I don't know if this is sad news or happy news because they caught something. LeVar Ball had his right foot amputated due to a serious medical issue. Literally like a week ago, 6 days ago. And as far as we're concerned, and now they're as public as the Ball family is, they're actually pretty private when it comes to like health issues. If you've been following that family, you know everything that they had happen with their mother and other things. They try to keep those under wraps. So it kind of took the sports world by storm that he got his foot cut off. Yeah, I did too.
And I mean, I'm at the point now where I kind of play the ESPN role of let me have some other people confirm this story before I get out here talking about this man's leg is gone. Bunch of people, thank you guys for the guys who sent it to my DMs. But I told everybody, I was like, hey, man, I need somebody else. Because it looked fake. When you see him post-surgery, he got the big LeVar smile on his face. So I look at this, number one is it does suck to lose your leg, 100%, or the lower half of your leg. Mm-hmm. But it means that whatever they needed to do to cut that leg off probably kept you alive. So to me, thoughts and prayers, that's a blessing. And I have to say that every time you see him and LaMelo posted a photo, he got the big LeVar smile when they first showed it, and I thought it was fake, had the big smile. He's taking it like a trooper, man. Thoughts and prayers to that family. They've gone through a lot. Lonzo lacerated head today, and I don't, maybe a concussion. They both had like foot and ankle injuries.
Lonzo got hurt today.
Mom's 8 minutes and out. Yes.
That must have been a nasty fight.
And they still whooped the Sixers. With Paul George and Tyrese Maxey. But yeah, man, they just been through a lot, man. And that's a family that they're a real family. From everything that we see, they're a excellent black family. They are a picture of black excellence, and we want to keep them lifted in prayer.
The reason I said I don't know if it's a sad or happy day is because they did catch a serious medical issue, and for them to take the leg, it had to be ridiculous. Sometimes it had to be. I'm not gonna speculate what it was, but it had to be ridiculously. And the fact that he's so happy afterwards is like, well, hey. Kind of like a larger version of like whatever happened with Coach Prime and his toes. Like they were telling Coach Prime, we're gonna take your foot if this don't, stop. And his blood clots.
And that's the other thing I will say about LeVar is I don't think you're gonna see him sweat. He don't seem to have that persona, and I think that he knows that as a father of 3 sons, that hey, I gotta take this with a smile on my face so that I don't scare them or my wife. So,
Yeah.
Full support of that guy.
Definitely understand. He's definitely a great marketer though. And
on top of that, they got $300 million. Go get Pops a titanium leg. Go get him that Lieutenant Dan.
Not the Lieutenant Dan.
I'm dead serious.
About to get us some magic legs. He is one of the best marketers around. And I will say he should go work for Michigan State because there is no way that Michigan State has Red Savage on the hockey team wearing jersey number 21, and he's not out here acting like 21 Savage. Like, there's no way. That's the NIL money would be insane.
Yes. This is the reason that me and Reggie say you should have black people on staff. Because this is too obvious of a layup. The kid's name is Red Savage. So on the back of his jersey, it says Savage. His number is 21. It's a layup. All you got to do is send
red run. Yeah. Red run.
Like,
I'll be playing that every day.
Because that's technically like murderish. And, that might scare people. But on the other hand, hey, 21 Savage, here goes every colorway of jersey we have. All we're going to ask you to do is put on the jersey. You are 21 Savage. It's a layup.
If I'm a record label, hey, this is how you already know 21 Savage is mainstream because he's with Drake. Like, him and Drake are buddies, so he's always gonna be out there. But hey, there may be some more people. You definitely could reach a demographic you couldn't reach before in hockey. There may be some people that don't listen, but if you get your music out there, it would be kind of crazy.
Yeah, I mean, it's just another avenue, period. I thought that was wrong.
Oh, my Lord.
I'm back.
All right. Woo!
Yeah, we good. But yeah, it was, to me, it was just, it's too obvious. I don't know why they didn't do it. But also, the kid's pretty good. He's already been drafted. So just because you college fools missed it, don't mean the NHL. I think the NHL will know what to do with this. And whoever the was 21, wherever that kid goes, ends up actually playing the NHL, you got to get that up, big dog.
Yep. A lot of money to be made. But, ladies and gentlemen, we've come to the end of the pregame of episode 179 of Splashcast Monday Night Raw. We will be right back. Going to take about a 2-second break. I'm going to go get a bottle of water. And we'll be back with our HBCU news around the culture. Got a few things we're going to talk about. Then we'll go to our hoops as well as our football to round out. Y'all stay tuned. We'll be right back. Like, follow, subscribe.
Let's get it.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to episode 179 of the Splashcast Monday Night Raw. I'm your co-host, Reggie.
I'm your co-host, Norwood. Our powers combined. You already know what it is. We your HBCU homeboys. We hydrating tonight. We playing it safe. Hawks already won. What's good?
What's good, brother? What's good? We are here. Let's get into it. Go back and listen to the pregame. I think I'm going to change that to mic check because we really just be doing mic check the whole time. Pregame could be Saturday morning live pregame. Because we don't have, for the pregame.
We be pregame in there.
We do. For here, we just do mic check. But make sure you go back and talk about, listen to us talk about soccer. We talked about the Atlanta United football experience, as well as we talked about some thugs getting red cards in college soccer.
And beards.
Yeah, we talked about beards in baseball, as well as legs and 21 Savage. With that being said, let's start out with our HBCU news around the culture. We got a few things we're going to talk about today. First off, Jada Byers, I believe he is the running back from Virginia Union, who was the SIAC Player of the Year, was also named the College Football Player of the Year, the Deacon Jones Trophy for the HBCU College Football Player of the Year. Or
yes.
Black College, I should say.
Yes, Black College Football Player of the Year. We're going to say that. He's the first Division II player since 2018 to win it. His career stats are 5,300 yards and 70 touchdowns. Fantastic season, which he dominated. Fantastic career. The only thing that I requested, and I also put it right on the post, is this is the Black College Football Player of the Year. Can we get a bigger trophy? Him, Doug Williams, and homeboy was trying to hold this little bitty trophy about the size of a pack of Starburst. And I'm like, come on, man. We better than that. And if y'all need us to, we'll be more than happy to put $1,000 into the bucket for y'all to get a good trophy.
I didn't want to say it.
No, it ain't no. They trying to have 3 people hold a trophy that look like you.
3 football players. Doug Williams is 6'4".
I put that right on there too. I said, "Hey man, we got to reallocate some money in this budget."
Maybe it's the pose. I feel like if he was just there and they were maybe pointing at him.
But it's a paperweight. Dog, look at this. This joint is bigger than the. I don't have nothing over here that is reasonably.
I wasn't expecting it.
I don't got nothing on my desk. And I just look like, man, we as Black people got to look at certain things and be like, you know what? Reggie going to hell. They try. It's like holding a phone, but 3 people hold. God, 3 people trying to hold it together at once. I'm like, bro, put it down, put it down, put it down. Y'all stand next to him. You got 6 hands for that little bitty trophy.
Oh no! Oh no!
But we didn't want to bury the lead. Congratulations,
oh, we ain't buried. Oh, yeah. We hit it with a cream pie though. That's pause. I meant like a lemon meringue pie. Like that's what I like, a clown. That's. I was drinking that for the record.
Reggie tripping, y'all. No. That ain't, excuse me, say what? I'm talking about Reggie way in left field.
Y'all don't know why this is so funny. Y'all help. Maybe I'm tired. I'm delirious. Maybe I'm just deliriously tired.
So many different other things that you could have came up with. And that's what you came up with.
I'm glad I said lemon. I'm glad I thought about lemon meringue pie because I was about to do the sound effect like splat. Like that's what I was. But it meant like the pie hitting somebody in the. Oh man, this you can't clean this up.
Yo,
hey, yo. Okay, let's move on. What the hell?
Ladies and gentlemen, other news at HBCUs, it is a lot less graphic.
If I'm Clinton Portis, I'm big mad if this is how y'all introduce me.
Clinton Portis, I didn't do this, you did this, has been introduced and hired at Delaware State as a running backs coach. We love to see more of this. What you got to say, Reggie?
Nothing. I'm trying to compose myself because this is actually a very big deal. We're now getting more and more former athletes to be able to be coaches. And if I didn't think about this until we started looking at it, like Marshall Faulk going to Colorado, you're starting to see Deshaun Jackson, Mike Vick. With football, when we grew up, the older players that became coaches were all white because, one, it was a good old boy league, but 2, they didn't allow blacks to play till the 60s and 70s, for real. So then they had to get the stigma of they're only athletes and not smarter. This is a long journey to get to our generation to be able to now. Your mama
was telling you about Art Shell. They let him go.
Boy, Art Shell, they greatest thing since sliced bread to all the blacks. Art Shell and Doug Williams could do no wrong. But what I was saying was, like, we are the fruits of the labor of our generation. Is benefiting from all of the work and sacrifice and protesting and voice speaking up that that the older generation did for us. So now you're seeing people like Mike Vick, Deshaun Jackson, Deion Sanders, Marshall Faulk, Clinton Portis, Warren Sapp, who didn't even have a degree, no shade, because he always knew what he wanted to do. But once he knew what he wanted to do, he went and got his degree. They are now putting in the work and getting the opportunity. So this is a monumental deal. Shout out, congratulations to Clinton Portis at Delaware State, Deshaun Jackson. I'm surprised that he didn't go to LaShawn McCoy route. Not saying it's not good enough, but LaShawn McCoy did express that he wants to get into coaching. I figured that would have been a way for him to get into coaching, would to go to Deshaun Jackson.
I think that Shady needs like another season. He's pretty entrenched in media at this very moment, trying to make a move that quickly might. And the money ain't the same. Let's just be very real here. That's one of the things that Jason Kelsey talked about when they talked about him coaching was he was like, yeah, I'd like to do that, but that means I have to be away from my family. And he just blatantly said, hey, man, I make a lot of money podcasting. But the big thing here, and I don't want to miss it, and it's one of those conversations me and Reggie have had about NFL players moving into the HBCU realms is just like we talked about Art Shell, you have to be a good steward here. This position means more than just showing up to work and coaching guys playing football. There's a lot of responsibility that comes with this on the field and off the field. And if you don't take this seriously, and if you're not, if your intentions are not pure, then leave us where you found us. Don't come over here playing. There's no need for that.
What I would like him to do is be honest. Speak of his, he had growing pains. I'm not going to put it as negative or positive. Yeah. He had growing pains to get to the point where he is. He made some wrong decisions. He made some right decisions. He explained some things. I would love for him to be vulnerable. Tell your truth. Tell what you've learned. I think a lot of younger people, especially our generation and younger, can tell when you bullshitting. And they're not going to listen to you if you bullshit. So especially with all the other distractions and money and all what they're really trying to do. So if you're authentic and he's his authentic self, he's been to the mountaintop. I mean, I don't think he won a championship in terms of pro, but I mean, he went to the.
He was elite everywhere he was now.
So you'll have their ear.
I also want to put this into any younger guy's ear who may be listening is don't be like Michael Porter Jr. When he asked JJ Redick, were you good? If these guys come by, like you live in a time now where you can Google. Michael Porter Jr. has been in the league for a very long time. It's no way that you don't know that JJ Redick was one of the best high school and college basketball players to ever do it.
All time.
All time. You get out there and y'all talking about the McDonald's All-American, and were you good? Man,
were you ranked? I won the MVP, youngin.
See, we live in a different era now, but that's where you could get slapped for something like that.
We don't live in no different era. Well, yeah, you should get slapped because you got a rocket computer in your pocket that should be able to tell you. That should be able to tell you everything you need to know.
And he coaches in the NBA, and you're about to do an interview, and you didn't think. Let me take 5 minutes and at least kind of make myself familiar with this guy who everybody seems to be interested in. I just thought about him and LeBron had a whole podcast, and you didn't think to figure out who he was.
Yeah, that's true. But not to bury the lead, shout out to Clinton Portis. Let's move on.
Wilbert. Wilbert.
Why you say his name like that? I mean, it is. When we talk about it, you'll understand. Wilbur Ellis is headed to the College Baseball Hall of Fame. He is was the baseball coach for for Grambling State University. He was there for 40. He was head coach for 43 years. He also, but that's just as the head coach. He also coached there before being the head coach. So I think he's had almost 50 to 60 years of experience in HBCU baseball ranks. He is now going to the College Baseball Hall of Fame in Overland Park, Kansas.
He is already in the American Baseball Hall of Fame, the SWAC Hall of Fame, the Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame, and the Grambling Legends, the Grambling Hall of Legends, which when I was doing the research, I was like, that's dope. This is not even a Hall of Fame. It's a Hall of Legends. And within that, you figure out later. No, I've not. I've only been to Ruston once.
You should go. They got a lot of people.
But this is I'm sure. This is the part. He was one of the people who helped establish, because it's really called the Eddie G. Robinson Hall of Legends. And he still serves as an NCAA site supervisor regional site supervisor. This man is baseball black history. He is still working to this day. They don't make him like this no more. But congratulations to Wilbert, baseball icon.
Yes. Okay. I've been silly, but I'm gonna ask the question. When was the last? Who do you think the last person to be named Wilbert was?
Wasn't that the name of the pig off of Charles Webb? That was Will Burr. Will Burr.
With no
I don't know. I ain't never met no Wilbert. I know what, but I do know one thing about Wilbert. He went to church.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He played the tambourine. Yeah. Normally it's a family name, and they know if your name is Wilbert, I'm gonna look that up. It's a family name, and you probably go by something else. Or you go by initials like WT. That's WT over there.
Bert.
WT.
That's Bert. It's Bert.
Ain't no black person going by Bert.
What?
Actually, no. South Carolina, they say Bert a lot.
Or
yeah.
Willie or Will. Any of the above. But yeah,
shout out to Mr. Shout out to Wilbert though, man. Shout out to Wilbert.
Plenty of black birds out there.
Atlanta Falcons partner Rashawn Williams pledges 4 years of salary to Morehouse College. He's donating his entire salary from the team over the next 4 years. He is a minority owner of the Atlanta Falcons. I think he came in, this year or last year?
Correct. He came in with it was like 10 of them, Dominic Dawes.
Mm-hmm.
I think Will Packer is in that group. But yes, but he's also a Morehouse alum. He said that there's no way that, the influence that Morehouse has had on him that he couldn't give back. I also want to be in a position where I can get a really good job and then be like, hey, I don't even need this money. So for the next 4 years, I'm going to give it to you guys.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, he making that much money that he could just give it.
Right.
Because the Falcons they do have sellouts and they have cheap food, but they make money now. They are a for-profit company.
Plenty of money. Congratulations to Rashawn. Congratulations to Morehouse. And Arthur Blank. Great job here.
He's doing it.
Because
he's doing it.
You hired a guy who's only helping uplift your team in the city and for black people. Congratulations, man. An excellent investment. This last story is not actually an HBCU story. It's just a black story, and I didn't have anywhere else to put it because it was interesting to me. But there is Zeb Powell. He makes history as the first black snowboarder to win an X Games gold. As a person who was a sports nerd and really enjoyed watching the X Games growing up, this is amazing. It's kind of crazy that I've been around since basically the inception of X Games, and this is the first black snowboarder to win a gold. It's kind of crazy, but we want to make sure that we give him his congratulations. And he's also from Charlotte. I don't know how you become an excellent snowboarder in Charlotte, North Carolina, but
they got mountains you can go. You got Appalachian, but
ain't enough.
Interesting. You said that. First off, congratulations, Zeb. That's fire. His historic 2020 victory in the knuckle event not only showcased his innovative talent, but also inspired a new generation of athletes. The thing about this is, you're right. We have been really around since the inception of the X Games. The X Games is the model for expanding the type of activities that are in the
first X Games was in 1995. It's 2025, 30 years.
They're the model for expanding to a new demographic. Outside of the Winter Olympics where you had cool runnings, we ain't, and when I say we, I'm talking about we ain't really do a lot of like cold
we had a couple
weather
guys
stuff.
Yeah. Cold weather.
We ain't really do a lot of that. But then you had you had the X Games come out, and then all of a sudden it inspired a group of people to try things, one, and it also empowered a lot of black kids and minority kids that were already into this stuff, but it wasn't cool, to like just do whatever they want to do, and they were more accepted. And that's why you're starting this 30 years later, seems like a long time, but then when you think about everything that we've been through, this is right on par. You have now
we might probably be ahead of the game.
you have officially expanded to a different demographic. Shout out to Red Bull because they put a lot of money behind it. They had the foresight.
They made a lot of money off it though. Now that was the right investment.
This was a great business plan the whole way from 30 years. This is a great culmination. Shout out to Zeb Powell, and it's only gonna grow. Pause if necessary. It's been a wild.
No, you've been wild. You are the wild boy.
But ladies,
it ain't been nothing. It's been you, big cream pie.
That's gonna be the name of the episode. That'll grab your attention. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we come to the end of the HBCU segment, news around the culture. Y'all stay tuned.
Might be coming to the end of the podcast. But Reggie talking around here.
Oh no, we got to get to hoops, man. So we'll be back with some basketball talk. We're gonna talk about the Hawks. We're gonna talk about we got a couple WNBA news, and then we're gonna talk about the Lakers and the Spurs. Y'all stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Like, follow, subscribe, and podcast playlist. It's on the way.
On the way. We'll be right back. Y'all stay tuned. And all right, we good. You gotta make sure we got sound. Mic check, mic check, mic check. And we're back, ladies and gentlemen, with our basketball segment of the Big Green Pie. Basketball segment of episode 179 of the Splash Cast. We got a few things we gonna talk about today. Got some college basketball to talk about, really to make fun of. Then we have WNBA, and then we're going to get into the NBA with the Hawks talk, as well as the Luka Doncic trade and Lakers and Spurs and all those good things. Why are we making fun of men's college basketball? There's a movie called Life, where in one scene there was a baseball scene. And there was a batter who was mentally challenged. But they didn't have the words to call him mentally challenged back in when Life was built or was made or filmed. So they just used what they knew, and they called him Can't Get Right. When it comes to men's college basketball, I just call them Can't Get Right. No matter what they try to do, it still sucks. The fact that Illinois retired Terrence Shannon Jr.'s jersey, right? Great moment, family there, honoring him and everybody, and they hung the jersey upside down. You had one damn job. It was so embarrassing that the AD had to come out there and actually apologize at a press conference.
Yeah. So many different things here is how did you not like look at it before you start straining up there? Number two, it's so bad that the athletic director has to come have his own press conference.
Not about the game.
And apologize. I have to apologize because Rufus back there put the damn jersey upside down. Not to mention,
No,
if
don't call him Rufus. That's a black name, though.
Peter, Edward, David,
Yeah.
call it whatever it is. Whatever it is, you messed it up. Now, if I'm Terrence Shannon Jr., I'm looking at y'all like, y'all, I done got brought my whole family here. My children are here. Y'all got me looking dumb in the face. This is embarrassing. Great job, Illinois, I guess. Thank you for providing us with comedy. And somebody got fired. You got fired for this.
Unless it's a student. You know, schools quick to use their student resources.
Then okay, cool. You still got fired from that
work study. Work study.
You'll be a physical plant from now on, buddy.
Speaking of leagues that get it right, the WNBA and their players really haven't had a misstep in the last 4 or 5 years. Really, women's college basketball hasn't had a misstep in the last 4 or 5 years. They have
5, like 15 years, 20 years of the best rivalry. Gino, Pat Summit, they don't miss. That's the reason I hate men's college basketball.
But what I'm saying is when it comes to like notoriety, like they've been building up to a point where now everybody's getting on the train, right? So they've also started this like one versus one league, one-on-one league. Not they, but the players have, and then they also have a 3 versus 3 league. So
yes.
Good.
So the Unrivaled League is actually a 3-on-3 league, but then they also have within that one of the parts is they have the Queen of the Hill, where they have one player from each team participate in that competition, which is all a part of the Unrivaled League. Now, the part about the Unrivaled League, which is very interesting to me, is they pay their ladies more than the WNBA, and this is a league that comes from women who are in the WNBA. So they found a way within their own league to create a new league that gets it all right. Now, I don't know how I would necessarily feel if I'm the WNBA and Unrivaled is doing this well, but they're spicy. Skylar Diggins was talking big trash. She said, "Oh, we brought this league to where it is, and
we carry it here. We carried it this far." As they were talking to as they beat Angel Reese. No, they lost to Angel Reese. I'm sorry, they lost to Angel Reese.
Correct. Yes, Angel Reese with the belt to ass. But what was really great, like number one, this level of competition was just elite.
Mm-hmm.
Is they're just like we talked about the men and the NFL just phoning it in for everything. The women are the complete opposite. They really gave it all they had, and then they really showcased where they're just really just head and shoulders better when it came to this Queen of the Hill one-on-one tournament. They gave us something that just has never happened before. And it's as good as certain people are at basketball, playing team ball versus one-on-one is a different ball game. And some of the best players They took their L's. Especially, you might be a guard, but when you got to get in the paint with them bigger girls, then what you gonna do? And it was great to see. The NBA is in a very, very precarious situation because they saw how good it was. It was just competition. None of the pomp and circumstance, none of everything else. They didn't have to market it. They got out there and played, and they put on a show.
NBA is not a precarious situation because the NBA, the thing with the WNBA is because of the situation of where their league is, there's very little ego. So there's not a lot of ego. So you're going to get the players because they want the notoriety. They're hungry to get more notoriety, more brand deals, more money, higher salaries, etc. Trying to grow the league. The NBA ain't none players. They don't even get in the dunk contest. We just talked for 10 minutes about the All-Star game and how trash it is. So I don't think the NBA is in a precarious situation because they ain't gonna do it.
Well, they're gonna look like chumps for this because enough of them have already said that they would do it, but we all know that they won't really do it. And the girls are gonna do it, and if they continue to compete at this level, which we all expect them to do, it's gonna look like I can't call you what I would like to call y'all. But y'all look like some chumps. That's the best thing I come up with right now. Y'all look like chumps.
Unstable creatures? Is that what you about to call them? Ironically, in it. That's funny.
Yeah. Right.
Shout out to Asia Wilson. She graces the cover of the Time magazine Women of the Year issue, celebrating her impact on and off the court. Of course, everything she's done with the Las Vegas Aces. She advocates for social justice. She has now been recognized in brand deals across the nation. Asia Wilson probably had one of the best years for a female athlete on and off the court of all time. Really probably has had the best 3 or 4 year run. But she's finally getting recognized.
And late. This is late. This girl has been This woman, correction, has been an elite basketball player her entire life. She came into the WNBA and basically has been the best WNBA player for since she's been there. Utterly dominant. And I feel like now they're just catching up. She's just now getting her own signature shoe. She also has the new hoodie, which incorporates a satin inside because her mother always complained that she didn't want her wearing the bonnet all the time. So not only is she dominant on the basketball floor, not only is she an icon on Time magazine, but she also understands, like, culturally, hey, how can I make an impact here? And my only request is please make these in men's. That's it.
Why? You can just go get them. Are you talking about men's colorway?
Size.
I mean, you can get the Sabrina Ionescu's. I'm assuming you can get Bam got it. Well, Bam is Bam, but like,
right.
But
what? That's my old lady. You think that y'all get what? You think not?
But shout out to. We always say this as a joke, but shout out to Nike having black people on the team willing to work with her and accept that idea. So the idea of the satin line hoodie came from
working with her. I think Asia told him, "Hey, this is what we finna do."
Well, I think, but so the point I'm getting to is, like, this was something that was invented a long time ago, and for her to bring it to mainstream is just a testament to how in touch with the culture she really is. So, like, she's had a hell of a year. Shout out to Asia Wilson, man. She's awesome.
Hey, Nike. Let me do y'all a favor here. Whatever she says do, your answer should be yes, ma'am.
Yeah, because she said I wasn't sold on that logo till I saw it on the shoe, and I saw it out. I was like, oh, okay, this kind of fire now.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
It's kind of fire.
You like to? Would you? Are there any other ways that we can help support you? Those are the questions that you need to be asking Asia Wilson. If you're not asking those questions, then they should fire you and replace you with somebody who can answer very basic questions. That's it. And shout out to the women for doing it right when the guys stuck.
Shout out to Cleveland. Cleveland will be the newest city to have a WNBA franchise. The team is expected to join the league in 2028 and will reprise the name the Cleveland Rockets, which was the original team team name of the
Rockers.
franchise, Rockers.
Yeah.
On the franchise when it folded in 2000. Dang, folded in 2003 when they relocated and left in 2003. So shout out to Cleveland getting it back. I knew about this before they even put it on social media. Shout out to our Cleveland correspondent Tremaine. He let us know immediately all things that are Cleveland / kind of Detroit, but really Cleveland.
No, it's Cleveland. But yeah, this is great because number one, you get to keep the name, which is an homage to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, which is in Cleveland. Then be able to keep their old IP, so that means you get throwbacks, retros, all of that, and they're a city that needs one. From what I see, apparently Houston is supposed to get one next. That will be the Rock. That will be the Comets. The Comets. They will bring back.
Whoops, butt a little bit. Comets.
It did. It took me down there. Took me right through there. But hopefully they will come back because remember, I think they were back to back WNBA champions with Cheryl Swoops, who still lives here. That would be fantastic. WNBA is doing the right thing right now, man. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
And the guys suck. You guys are holding it down. We appreciate you.
Yep. All right. Let's get into some Hawks talk. Hawks beat the Heat tonight. Snapped the 3-game losing streak. I think we lost to Detroit, the Knicks, and the Magic.
Correct.
All kind of close. Actually, they all were close games. Yeah, they were. They were all pretty close games.
Different. Close, yes. But the Knicks Hawks game was a dogfight that went into overtime against a team that's
supposed to be way
air
better
quotes,
than us.
big air quotes, because I have big questions about the New York Knicks. I think that the Knicks are a top tier mid team. I think when they play good teams, you see who they show up as, and it's not as a good team. I don't trust them at all. They're my new gas station sushi, but I said that about the Eagles, and then we see that they just won a damn Super Bowl. So take it with a grain of salt, but they don't look like, and they could, I've been thinking about this all day. They could very well be just like the Eagles, where you got the roster, you got OG, you got Bridges, you got Jalen Brunson, you got Josh Hart, and you got the big bodega. They got everything that you need. You can't ask for much more. And they got, got Deuce McBride out the bench. You're going to get, what's your boy, who should be the starting center? He, I can't think his name. I can see it right now. He's, I guess, days away from making his return. So, I mean, once you get 8 or 9 guys, that's all you get. That's the normal rotation. But they're just not playing up to the expectation at this point. Mitchell Robinson, that's who I could not remember. That was a game that I was more okay with us losing because we were supposed to be outmatched. Then we played next.
No, hold on. You said a lot. I ain't really say nothing. The Knicks are not good. I think the Knicks there is a big gap between 3 and 4. I think the Knicks and the Bucks. I think the Knicks and Bucks will be a decent series in the playoffs. I think the Knicks are firmly the 4th seed, and I think there's a big gap between 4 and 5 and a big gap between 3 and 4. This is a Cleveland, Boston, maybe Milwaukee. I mean, Milwaukee, Kyle Kuzma, we'll talk about it, is surging. So, this is a Cleveland, Boston, Milwaukee race. I don't really see the Knicks, I don't care what y'all say, having enough gas in the tank to get to where they want to go. And
it ain't even the gas for me. They just don't play good when they play good teams.
Well, I mean, you're talking, yeah, but what you talking about is 4 games. That's the game, 4 teams. Talking about.
No, they don't play good against the Hawks. What are you talking about? If you don't play good against the Hawks, then, bro, gas station sushi.
Well, we 2-1 against the Boston Celtics now. You gotta add context to what you're talking about.
Yeah, but also the Celtics bomb threes on everybody else except for us, and that is what it is. But consistently, the Knicks don't play well against the Cavs. They don't play good against the Celtics. And they play scary against us. I don't have no reason to trust you, my boy. Won't.
Maybe that's a vote of confidence. Maybe that's a vote of confidence for them.
Oh, wow. That's a shot.
Well, I mean, yeah.
I can't be right all the time. There's one thing for sure I cannot be. Anything else on Knicks Hawks?
No, man, I don't believe in Knicks Hawks. We can go to Magic Hawks. I'm gonna say this. I told you. Y'all can talk to me till y'all blue in the face. You, America, or the Atlanta Hawks nation, and you, Norwood. You tell me Gorgeous Yang is this, that, and the third, and he can shoot lights out on defense. He's moving backwards. He's so slow that Paolo was cooking the Hawks, and then Yang started talking trash, and he started cooking him some more. Yang, you better shut up and hit the corner three and go back to the bench, bro. Because I don't like him. Y'all can tell me all you want to, but he ain't good to me, dog.
So this is the thing. First of all, first quarter we were busting their ass.
Yeah,
old fashioned. We started out up 33-21 first quarter. They came back second quarter and had 38 points out of 25 points, 31-23 in the third, and then we won the fourth quarter 24-27, but it was a little too late. I think the George Niang is going to love playing with Trae Young because they're both big shit talkers. They both going to talk trash. Now, the issue with that is they both pissed off Paolo.
Paolo for 30 plus again.
And Paolo was humbled in the first quarter. Him and Franz could not hit the broadside of a barn.
And what I texted you, I said, hey, law of averages now. I said they get going.
This is the thing that we're going to have to also talk about Trae Young is because we watch all of these old NBA players and every time, what do they say? You know, it was all cool till I said something to Jordan and he didn't like it. Then he shot 7 shots in a row and didn't miss.
LeBron.
Just watch Larry Bird talk about it, dude. They were talking about Larry Bird. He said, man, you ain't hit a shot since 84. Larry went for 9 in a row on him. We find a way to piss off every team's best player. So instead of just going out and trying to beat him regularly, this dude is infuriated. And Paolo was hot. He was so mad. The last time I seen Paolo mad like that was when he was playing against DeJounte.
Yep.
And he just he turned red, and you could tell he was like, "Oh, okay, y'all think I'm chump here." And then
him and Franz just went crazy.
We don't match up well with him because we don't really have a guy who can kind of step out there and stay with him because he's so talented. You had Okongwu doing the best, but he just when Paolo takes that step back, shoot that mid-range jumper, we need Okongwu to be in the middle to be a rim protector. So he kind of stuck in the middle. And that just got us torched. This is a team that I think that we're better than, but when you piss off Paolo, he goes for 36, and that's exactly what he did. 36 points, 10 rebounds, 5 assists, and 1 personal foul. Now, I don't think that we're getting enough fouls. I can't understand it to save my life. Even tonight, we'll talk about it in a minute, though. But 36 from Paolo, 25 from Franz. Cole Anthony, he ain't scared of Trae. And that's the reason I really do like Cole Anthony is.
I love him as a backup point guard.
Man, he's the best for that because he has no fear in his heart. He knows he belongs out there, and he'll shoot the shot and make the shot when you really need it.
What's the dude that played the backup point guard for the Knicks? Cam
played it.
OKC with Russell Westbrook.
With Phoenix. With the funny jump shot.
Yeah. Him. He reminds me of like a better version of him. He's a scoring point guard. Like he's nice. And I see why they don't want to give him up. And what's crazy about Magic,
campaign.
Campaign. What's crazy about the Magic is they're doing all this without Suggs. Like Suggs ain't playing, and Suggs took like the next 2 steps, next step and a half while the season was going. So they have a chance to be good, but the Hawks, we miss Jalen Johnson so much, so bad,
because he's the guy who you can put on Paulo, and he ain't gonna do too much better as far as defending him, but at least Jalen will make him play much harder on defense. Niang at the 4 ain't stressing Paulo out, not in the least.
Ain't stressing
and
nobody. He is slow.
Now, as slow as he is, one thing I do like, and we can kind of talk about it now, is when it comes to the trades, we get at least a good game out of one of those 3 guys every night. Christopher, Terrence Mann, or Niang gonna give us basically what Hunter is gonna give us, and definitely more than what Bogey was gonna give us. That's the reason. Like in this game, Christopher, 13 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists. No, excuse me, Terrence Mann.
Yeah, both had 15 or something like that. Both had 15 or 17.
Yes. No. That was tonight. Tonight, they carried us. Because, I mean, it was a terrible game to watch. It was 100% Brick City tonight. And tonight, for context, we played against the Miami Heat, who looked like the hurtest dog that you've ever seen. They just look like they have seen better days. And this thing is going to get worse and worse and worse. But we played them tonight. We won 98-86, old-fashioned rock fight. Wiggins played pretty well, 23 points, 4 rebounds, 1 assist, 3 blocks, though. That was solid. But Bam played a pretty regular game. Now, one thing that I didn't exactly understand is why they didn't keep playing Kyle Ware. He had 9 rebounds in, I think, the first half. And didn't play pretty much ever again. He got 5 more rebounds for the game. But I think that he's the one person who can actually do what Bam finally needs with a 5 to let Bam play the 4. Now, the team still needs some other help in other places. But overall, for me, they should have played Ware way more. Jaime Jaquez, he has fallen off the wagon.
Jimmy Broken pause.
And I hate to say this, but I said this, man. Jimmy Butler is a multiplier. He makes guys who ain't that good much better. Now, do I think the Jaquez is probably a good basketball player? Yes. Do I think that he probably misses playing with Jimmy and just don't have it right now? Oh, yeah, it looks like it. I don't think they say he's played since All-Star or before All-Star. Like, he's just kind of fallen out of the rotation, which was a guy who was almost in the Rookie of the Year conversation last year.
Yeah, the thing about the Hawks, even today, I don't even call this a defensive effort. It's just everybody sucked. But the Hawks' defense is so bad. Like, I'm looking at the Pistons box score. First off, Tobias Harris still stealing. But Asar Thompson.
No, I'm not.
They got him on a new. They got him on a new contract. He's not on the old contract.
And the Sixers would sure rather have Tobias Harris than PG-13.
Yeah, well, the thing about Tobias Harris was he was overpaid for what he was giving you.
And now look at what you're paying.
I don't know what they're paying.
More for less. They're paying Paul George like 40, 50 million, and he's not even producing like Tobias Harris.
Did they cut Tobias, or did they trade him, or did he just go to, or was his contract up?
He signed.
So his contract was up.
Ended.
Okay, well then he's not stealing. But in the past, the thing about Tobias Harris was he's going to give you.
They still paid him a decent amount of money.
He's going to give you 12 to 15 points, and no matter what you need 25, he's going to give you 12 to 15. You need 30, you need 10, he's going to give you 15. That's the thing. And now in Detroit, I mean, that's what he's giving you, 12. But the thing is, you have Cade Cunningham, 38, 12, and 7. And then I think this was I don't know if Clint Capella came back.
Trey pissed him off too. You nutmegged him, pissed him off, and he decided to cook us.
Well, him and Trey always go back. That ain't. They go back and forth the whole every time we play them. It's them two. But what it really was is You remember the game-winning shot Trey hit last game was over who? Malik Beasley. Who does Malik Beasley torch every time he plays? The Atlanta Hawks. Played against us, 24 points on 6 of 10 from 3. 24.7 rebounds.
Now, I will also say that Malik Beasley has found the right place for him to be in Detroit. And Detroit's not a bad team anymore.
They're not a bad team, but what I'm saying is our defense, even Jalen Johnson would have erased a lot of that.
Yes. So our defense ain't really, I don't want to say that our defense is that bad because our defense, for the first time in umpteen years, we're a middle of the pack defense now, which is life altering for a team that's been one of the worst defensive teams for the last.
We were middle of the pack before we made the trade.
No, yes, but I don't think that we lost for what we lost in Hunter, what we got in Mann and Levert, and even Niang is enough. And the reason I say that is Hunter was a very solid. Hunter was a very solid 3, but every time he played the 4 for whatever reason, he just got torched. That just ain't a place that he could be. So Niang spaces the floor a little bit better, but it's not like he's that much of a downgrade at the power forward position from Hunter in my position and my thoughts as far as what it looks like. And he knocked down 3-pointer. At the end of the day, the spacing is a little bit better with him on the floor. Now, I do have some hesitations about Okongwu being our starting center. Some nights it's cool, some nights it ain't. Like tonight, I think the clip was just better for the matchup. And I think maybe the night before, I think Clint was just better for the matchup. When we play bigger bigs, I think Clint should, it's tough because you don't want to have guys swapping back and forth playing, like starting. But when they play bigger guys, Clint is the better guy.
We gonna see. We 1-4 since the trade. So we gonna see.
Well, you can't have Trey at the end of the game when we're up by 1, shoot the classic Trey Young long ball for no reason and lose the game.
We were down by 2 at that point.
No, we were up by 1.
No, we weren't. When you text me,
I'll go back and find it.
Go back and find it. We were down by 2, and he took the 3, and we were like, "Bro, what are you doing?" All you had to do was just go for a 2. All you had to do. But I will say, we're 1-3. We'll find out. But Zachary Ricochet has been the one that's probably taken the biggest step or taking the biggest advantage. He is getting more and more confident, not just with his skills, but with the bumps and bruises of playing in the NBA. He's absorbing contact, going to the rim a lot better. He still needs to add probably 15 pounds because he gets knocked to the ground. But that shot has started to fall. We were talking about it at the beginning of the season. We were like, dog, if he could ever just start hitting the 3, he's going to be a problem. He's shooting 52.3% in his last 10 games from the 3.
Minus tonight. Tonight, he went right back to himself, which is cool.
The score was 98-80.
That was a rock
90s
fight
basketball.
he was blended. Now, he was blended. It wasn't like you were just out there looking terrible by yourself. You all look terrible. Overall, I think that we've gotten him to the point where he is now. He took Hunter's job for a reason. He is a competent basketball player across the board. I want to see for the rest of the season to see if we can push him to be that real legitimate second option. Just when Trey don't have this season. Yes. Yeah.
This third option.
This is but I think that overall we're better suited if he is the second option. Scoring wise. I think he's a better scorer than his offensive bag, I think, is better than Jay. Am I crazy for saying that? I think he's a better scorer than Jalen.
He's a better He's a better shooter. He's a better pull-up shooter. He's a better shooter. That's really what it is.
Yeah.
Jalen is a better or as competent in everything else. Jalen is probably a better passer. But they both run.
Sure.
But one thing that Risha said that I really think, yes, the scoring helps him take Hunter. Yes, the defense, you're subsidizing defense by adding more players and Terrence Mann and all of that. But his rebounding, him being 6'11", with the 7'3" wingspan, whatever he got, he goes up for rebounds.
To go get the ball.
He gets up and gets rebounds. And he goes right over people. And I'd be like, oh, shit, I forgot you. You forget that he's 6'11" till he stand up to everybody else.
And I've become, this has probably been, and I think that you can attest to this. This has been my most, I don't know if the right word here, but I've had less issues with Trae Young than ever before this season.
He has, yeah. Trae doesn't take as many of the Trae shots. I think he's starting to now because, I mean, it's Trae and the Pips for the most part. Yeah, he is not as volatile as he was before. The only thing that I will say, because it pisses me off when we did it again. Look, Trae, my guy. Stop. And Quinn, if this is a Quinn call, my guys, both of y'all, let's huddle up real quick.
It's a joint. Everything is a joint effort.
Okay, well then both of y'all come here. Come here. This 2-for-1 shit y'all be doing at the end of quarters and the end of the half is the worst thing. Y'all, let's talk about math. 24-second shot clock. If you shoot the ball at 26 seconds, 28 seconds trying to get a 2-for-1, that leaves you with 4 seconds to come back. 4. That's a heave. Unless you have a timeout, and then maybe that's an out of bounds play. If it's not shooting the ball at 35, I don't care about 2-for-1. Just get the best shot. This 2-for-1 shit is we always end up losing 4, 5, 7 points at that time doing that dumb shit.
Stop looking for shots. Look at good possessions. We will sacrifice 2 shitty shots for 1 good possession. And that drives me crazy. But that goes back to Trae shooting that stupid shot. Trae, you have to be the leader of this team. And when you shot that shot, you let all the air out of a team that you kind of put in the situation. Because they were playing, we were even. And then he turned the ball over 2 times.
Yep. This is Detroit.
Back to back. And then they started then they got up by 10. The team cumulatively fights back. Dyson Daniels doing what Dyson Daniels does, harassing people. Now I'm gonna say this, because I done already got myself into some shit talking about Dyson Daniels for Defensive Player of the Year.
I don't see why not.
Hold on. So the first half, once Trae pissed him off, Cade cooked him.
Woo!
I kicked 29 points in the first quarter. And that's the reason when I look at this team, Trae is like that one good friend that you have that's going to get you into trouble, but then get you out of it. And then he going to be laughing at Kiki, and you like, bro, we just didn't need to get into trouble.
We didn't have to fight. Yeah, but you good, though. I had to fight. Like, well.
Now I want to punch you, but you're my friend, so I just let it happen. So we got all the way back, and then Trae shoots a stupid shot and basically ends the game. You could do that before when everybody was older than you or around your age. You're the elder statesman on this team now. It's just you.
Yeah, which gives him even more of I'm going to take that shot.
But that's cool. But I want to also let you know, Dallas traded Luka. and you know what you up to get paid. So if you want that money, which I know you do, you better act like you got some sense.
Yeah, the wrestlers want the money too now.
Right.
You trade Trae, unless you get something. I don't know who you could get back to Trae.
Wait, hold on. Hey, one thing that I do I feel very confident in, because Dyson Daniels had 7 steals tonight. And when we came back against the Pistons, he was the main reason why.
Say something.
I ain't dumb.
Go ahead. Keep going down this road.
I ain't dumb. I ain't gonna say nothing blasphemous, but I don't have to like Trey. Supermax is $400 some million for what you're gonna get with these all-stars, and you might end up like first or second, third team all NBA, bruh. I look at Dyson Daniels and say, this guy is really good, and if we can get him to play a little bit better on offense, I don't know what we got in here. Then you got Ricochet. He's already an adult. And we got Jalen Johnson. Ooh, 1, 2, 3. They all tall, they all light-skinned, and they all play really good basketball together. And then Okongwu might be small, but we already got him on a good contract. And if all we had was a bigger guard.
Come on now. You've been talking about trading Okongwu all year.
Yes, but the reason I'm saying trading Okongwu, if Trey's not so little, then Okongwu being little is not that as big of a deal. But when you have little Trey and little Okongwu, imagine if we could find us a Shea or somebody that's like 6'5", 6'6" as a point guard, which they're making now photocopies of every day.
Do you still have the same issue with a 6'8" Okongwu? You still a 6'8" Cade does nothing for 6'8" Okongwu in the paint on defense.
No, yes, he does, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because Trey's guy is gonna get to the bucket, so Okongwu has to leave his guy to stop the rim, to protect the rim. Cade is not just getting blown by. You're not as a guard treating Cade the same way you're treating Trey. Trey is lunch every time. Put him in the pick and roll. We'll kill him all day. No, you do that with Cade. Elbow. We right here. We right here. If everybody on our team is 6'5", 6'6", what is Dyson? 6'7", Ricochet 6'10", Jalen 6'10". Then we could just switch. We can switch everything. Then it'll be a problem for. I mean, shit. Embiid, we don't know when he coming back. So, and Carl Anthony Towns don't
trade 38-13, 38-15, 30-12, 24-15. We've been praising Trey all year about how you've been playing. And I don't know. He's probably the number 2 point guard in the league right now. Probably number 2, maybe 3, because you got to put Cade up there.
Hell no.
You got to put Cade, SJ.
He ain't better than Cade.
That's so I said 3. Hey, ain't nobody else. Ain't nobody else.
He ain't better than Steph.
Yes, as a point guard, yes he is.
Tomorrow you got an opportunity. You got Trey and Steph. They say y'all can swap. Who you want?
Depending on where I am. If I'm just starting a franchise.
I don't care.
Yeah, it is. Steph is 30, what? 36?
Las Vegas?
37? No.
He's not better than Luka.
Luka hadn't played. This year, he is better than Luka. Now, Luka could come back and do a triple-double and score 100 points.
Luka just played.
What I'm saying is this year, he's been better than Luka. Luka was out for a month. Now, while he was out for a month, he got traded. But what I'm saying is Trey right now, especially with him, he's leading the league in assists, and he's averaging like 27 points. Like, Trey right now is a number 3 point guard. SGA is number 1. Cade is firmly number 2 now. And then Trey's probably 3. Luka's 4. And then you can pick whoever you want after that. I don't. Maybe Tyler Hero's up there because he's an all-star.
No, Darius Garland got something to say too.
Not to
you gotta
Trey.
give it to him.
No, I don't. Not to Trey.
But what I'm saying is, and especially the amount of money. Like, we could go ahead and talk about Jaren Jackson Jr. right now. That $345 million that they probably gonna have to pay him now. Woo! Somebody gonna have to make that deal, and they not gonna be happy about
it. I saw that. I don't know because he's gonna win Defensive Player of the Year because it's the Big Man Award, even though it should be Dyson Daniels. Again, I'm gonna say that again. It should be Dyson Daniels. He had 7 more steals. He has more steals. Wait.
Say it and clip it. I want you to say it and clip it so I can post it on my Instagram. He made an Atlanta Hawks defense that was trash, awful. We're a middle of the pack defense. Y'all talking about Jaren Jackson Jr. and Evan Mobley. All that defense around them is Dyson and nobody.
Yeah, Jalen was the other one, and they hurt. So, like, at this point, Dyson Daniels has to be defensive player. But if I'm Memphis, like, you have to come because you have to come to the grips of you're gonna have to choose because between Jaren Jackson Jr. and Ja, because or you're gonna have to trade somebody, or you're gonna have to think Jaren Jackson Jr., Ja, and Desmond Bane is what we going with, and we just gonna keep recycling these rookies and Zach Edey. And Zach Edey is exactly who we thought he was, a big body that gets in the way and allows Jaren Jackson Jr. to play the 4. You gonna have there's no way you could pay all 4 of them. You already paid Bane, right? Bane's already signed. So now you got to sign Ja and you got to sign Jaren Jackson Jr. Both are going to be, well, Ja's not going to be, well, is Ja going to be Supermax eligible? I don't know if conduct has something to do with it. I'm the only reason I said not conduct. Okay, Ja going to be Supermax eligible. Jaren Jackson
Jr. graduate from school with a U in conduct? Sure.
You got those two, and then you're going to, and Desmond Bane. That. And the thing is, nobody's going to if Jaren Jackson Jr., they trade Jaren Jackson Jr., he's not going, I don't know if he'll get a max. Well, do you think he'll get a max contract if they trade him? Not Supermax, just a max. Jaren Jackson Jr.
Absolutely. Hell yeah. I mean, I don't know where we would get the money, but yes, he's that good.
Is he?
He yes, he can do everything. Yes, hell yes, especially in the realm of bigs. He's actually a guy who's an elite defender. He can shoot, and he can get in the paint.
Yeah, I ain't seen much of the paint moves. I've seen the 3 and I've seen the defense. He reminds me of like Miles Turner. Like he's a better version. He's a better defensive version of Miles Turner. But because I've never seen him like posting or whatever.
I mean, Miles Turner is that good enough. I mean, like he ain't no slouch in the paint. I mean, at the end
none
of the
them
day,
have post games. Like they're not. You're not. If they get the ball in the paint, you ain't doubling, unless it's like on a point guard. But you pay them straight up. You gonna pay Miles Turner and both of them straight up in the paint.
Well, most of I mean, that's one of the things about the NBA right now is a lot of guys have a guy who's supposed, like, that's where teams are mostly built right now. Is that 3 and 4 position of, oh, that's where my money is invested. So yeah, every night you're playing against Scotty Barnes, Kevin Durant, Jaren Jackson Jr., Evan Mobley, Jalen Johnson. Yeah, that's the hot commodity position. So no, we're not doubling because all of y'all are supposed to be good.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is in the paint, ain't really. Evan Mobley is probably the best of what you just named. Evan Mobley is probably the best in the paint. And then
Jaren Jackson Jr. is better than Evan Mobley.
Not in the paint. No, he's not. He's a better defender. He's probably a better shooter, or they're comparable shooting. And Evan Mobley is better in the paint. Jaren Jackson Jr. is probably, because he's so much better defensively, you would say he's better than Evan Mobley, and I would agree. But when it comes to, if you can't throw the ball to Jaren Jackson Jr. in the paint and say, go get a bucket, no. He gonna pick and roll, pick and pop. You ain't gonna, there's very little. That's why I say in the paint, I don't know. But the whole point of me bringing that up is you gonna pay that 364? 345?
I didn't know he was only averaging 6 rebounds a game.
Jaren Jackson Jr.? Well, I mean, but what is Zach Edey averaging? Zach Edey 7'4", 7'3" now. Yeah, you should, because Jaren Jackson Jr. doesn't have to be in the paint anymore. He can just roam.
7. Excuse me, 8.
Oh yeah, that's atrocious. Both of y'all.
Yeah, like we was on John Collins for 19 and 10. Yeah, I mean, yes, because it's Memphis too. You're not just getting people to come.
Yeah, nah, you ain't coming there. Orange Mound?
You coming to Orange Mound? North Memphis. No, they're not going there. But nah, and you don't want that guy to go somewhere else and be world
mad
leader.
Because you already got one of them in the league.
and Ja also is not letting that happen. Ja is not going for that at all.
Yeah, Desmond Bain is probably the piece that they move. But yeah,
Man.
Jaren Jackson, it is what it is. They draft well too. I mean, they got a lot of rookies that appeal.
But yeah, I think they're talking about Trey is a 2-year extension, and it's like 4 years, like $256 million. That's a lot of money for. We've gotten rid of everybody else. You the last man on the island, and we ain't, and the record ain't changed. Oh, they not gonna pay you for that now. And the other part is where he's kind of lost his leverage. Is the places he really wanted to go.
Yeah, San Antonio only got Fox. The Lakers
got Luka,
which just
Knicks ain't giving, and Brunson is there in New York. Where you gonna go now?
Orlando.
His daddy not.
Him and Paolo would be insane.
I agree.
Or
I think he is going.
Or Houston. They move off. They move off Fred VanVleet.
Fred VanVleet moving anyway. I think moving on like Maya. But my thing with that is I don't think that there's a place that fits because he can't go to Houston. He can't. He not be the first option there. And he's not. I mean, and you're not gonna take the ball out of Sengun's hands.
If you give Trey, you pick and roll with Sengun. Yeah, they would.
What you gonna do with Jalen?
Let him run around, catch the ball, shoot and dunk, do whatever you want to do.
Trey,
but you would have to. You gonna have to. They're gonna have to run. You would have to give up too many pieces. Not too many pieces. You would have to give up. You would have to consolidate, which is what Houston needs to do. You would have to consolidate. Other than that, I mean, I don't know what
I'm
else.
getting rid of Fred VanVleet. I'm getting rid of Fred VanVleet. I'm keeping Jabari. I'm keeping Tari Eason.
Jabari is probably the one that's getting traded to, or Tari. One of them two, and Fred VanVleet is probably out of there.
Well, Fred VanVleet contract is almost up, so that is what it is.
The robot makes them. I mean, he play everything. So yeah, I mean, he the 4 now.
I told y'all on day one, don't look at me. I was the first one. I saw him locked in. Like I said, oh no, y'all don't know. I looked at them on draft day. I said, oh, y'all. I saw how their family was run. I said they're gonna be all right.
Hawks. Finish up Hawks talk. Are they a lock to make the playoffs, or at least the playoffs or the play? I know they're gonna make the play in more than likely. Can they make the playoffs? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, we can't. I don't have us taking over Detroit. I don't have us taking over Milwaukee. Indiana, surprisingly, is there. I did not know that they were good again.
No. That's not how it works. There
are this not standings? This not standings?
No.
Oh, this is percentages.
Yes. So the last 4 out are the Magic, the Hawks, the Heat, and the Bulls. And the Magic are 29-30. The Hawks are 27-31. The Heat are 26-30. And the Bulls are 23-35. So the Bulls
that's 7 through 10 though, right?
Yes. So we're gonna make the play in. So the thing is, I think that we're probably going to make it. The Bulls don't have a direction. And I think that that's always their issue. I think the Bulls have a decent team. I don't understand why they suck so bad. And a lot of it is Lonzo being hurt. If Lonzo's healthy, that team is solid.
Who's their go-to guy?
Josh Giddey. What are you talking about? Josh, hey, and OKC. Okay. I say what y'all want to.
Boom, boom, boom.
I don't care. He just had
A minor.
26. Yeah, I mean that part is what it is. I ain't got no answer for that. But if you look at that team, future facing, if Lonzo can be healthy and you can play Lonzo, Josh Giddey, and Buzelli's at the same time, you good money.
To be what?
Oh, tonight. That's a hell of a that's a hell of a 1-2-3. Now their issue is Patrick Williams. You paid that money and he sucks. And Vucevic is gonna be gone at the end of the season. But yeah, tonight you want to know what Josh Giddey had? 25 points on 8 of 11, 16 rebounds, 6 assists. Versus the Suns, 24 points on 6 of 14 shooting, 8 rebounds, 10 assists. Against the Knicks, 27 points, 16 rebounds, 4 assists.
How y'all let him get 16 rebounds? They ain't got no rebounding.
He's also 6'8". You're playing with Buzelis, who's also 6'8". You're playing with Lonzo, who's 6'7".
Right. They don't have a big.
Vucevic. Vucevic is playing the best he's played in.
So it was all Zach. So what you saying is all Zach LaVine fault?
No, I honestly think. Lonzo not being healthy sucks because he's the perfect guy. They probably need a shooter, but Vucevic is averaging 19 points and 10 rebounds. They just don't have like a game plan. Billy Donovan probably gonna have to go. I hate to say it. I like him. He should have probably never left Florida, in my opinion, but he just can't get this team to play together. But they got pieces. And you still got Kobe White. Like, that team don't suck.
Okay. We'll see. I don't believe in them, but hey, I could be wrong. I also don't watch them. So, before we get to this Lakers trade, we got this Lakers trade as well as really the big news is the health of the Spurs as well. Shout out to KG. KG is joining the Timberwolves in a front office role once the new leadership takes place. If you remember the callback from 2 weeks ago, we talked about the leadership transfer or the ownership transfer going to Alex Rodriguez business group will now proceed after a court order. So now KG has been promised a role once that happens. So shout out to KG, man. He's been doing big things in retirement.
Which is a long-awaited, nonsensical. This is the whole reason that the Timberwolves should have been sold years ago. Just didn't know what they were doing. Kevin Garnett is the biggest star you guys have ever had. He's your guy, and he's been trying to get incorporated and be a part of the team, and y'all just never did it. So I'm happy that they completed their little arbitration BS, whatever that was, where they tried to unsell the team after they figured out how good Anthony Edwards was. And I do think that A-Rod, and I think the other dude's last name is Wolf, they will do well with this. And I think that Minnesota can move out of the dark ages, which they've been in forever.
Since KG. Yeah, man. So I'm happy for it. I'm happy for KG. I watched him and Paul Pierce podcast. KG's been on TNT. He's been ESPN. He's really made his rounds. So it's only natural that he's also going to be the spokesperson. He's going to be in the Magic Johnson Lakers role, maybe without the decision maker. I think Magic was like VP, but he's definitely going to be the face of the Timberwolves. This is what he should be. He's going to be the culture creator there.
Yes, that's the thing is his personality is too big and he's too good for y'all to have not found a way to foster that relationship with him. That was stupid.
Him and Jimmy would have been interesting in Minnesota if he was in this role with Jimmy, because he has the same attitude that Jimmy has, and that would have been an interesting. But they waited too long.
And it's just the respect level of KG is universally respected as advertised. Same way you see me on the court is how you're gonna see me in real life. That's how I show up.
Yep.
And I think that's good. I think it's really good for Anthony Edwards.
Earlier, I said that the Milwaukee Bucks were a team to watch out for. I think they're heads and shoulders above the fourth seed, which is the Knicks. I forgot that Bobby Portis was suspended for 25 games for PEDs, which is, he was, sixth man of the year 2 years ago?
Bobby Portis is now only really good against the Hawks.
Kuzma has made it that loss. He's dwindled his role, but he's still, when he comes in, he's still good.
14-8 from a guy. Oh no, that's not right. That's 24-25. Nope,
Yeah.
that is right.
Yeah.
Yeah, 14-8.
Coming off the
He's
bench
in. I
as
get
a seventh option.
I don't even know if he's that, but he. This is what I will say. You're gonna miss a really good bench player, but Bobby Portis can't be the reason that y'all fall apart either.
No, well, that's what I'm saying. What, them going and get Kuzma, the reason they were going to fall apart, he was going to be the reason they fell apart if they kept Middleton. But them going to get Kuzma allows for them to kind of absorb this punishment, or not really, from the league.
And on top of that, they did that Kevin Porter Jr. pickup. Giannis really likes Kevin Porter Jr.
Crazy.
And Kevin Porter Jr. is a guy who I've always been an advocate for because he's just a video game demon. But we say this everywhere he goes. If he can just be on his best behavior, he's it. He's 6'4", 203, got a bag, can do it all. He just always in some shit. And
what's up, Gandalf? Man, my bad. My bad. I just saw you. Gandalf the Great. I just logged into the chat. I'm just now being able to see everything you said. Oh, yeah, you said you like Trey in Houston. I told you.
I mean,
Josh
sure,
Giddey, he a fan. I hate him just not catching up on all of this.
If you get Trey in Houston, then you're giving up
Jabari. You're giving up Tari.
Hey,
you're giving up Tari. You're giving up Jabari.
You're giving up everything.
No, you're not. No, they got a lot of pieces. You're keeping Sengun. You're probably giving up Dylan Brooks. You're giving up Jabari. You're giving up Tari Eason, and you're probably giving up 2-3 first-round picks.
If y'all want to give up all of that, number one, I will take it.
Or two players and two first-round picks. They got enough.
This is the other part. So you got up Sengun maxed already. He got a bag.
Okay.
Jalen Green took.
Yeah, he got a bag.
He took the short. No, he didn't. He took the short because he knew that the TV deal was gonna come in. You had to super max him. And then you think you're gonna max Trey too? You finna be the Knicks. You're gonna play 3-man basketball. Y'all might as well unrivaled.
Yep. But we'll see. Back to it. Hey, this new league in Eurasia, Europe and Asia, that's being funded by Saudi Arabian princes and LeBron.
Voldemort back.
Everybody. They're creating a $5 billion basketball league. They said the opportunity is massive to basically start the NBA in Europe and Asia. And it will rival the NBA. I mean, they're right. They're basically, basketball has been trying to be soccer for the last 50 years. And if they were to be able to do this, you are on your way to being soccer. How soccer has the MLS. They have the Euro League with Manchester United and all that. They have the Spanish league that they have like Real Madrid and all of that stuff. So you have all of these leagues where they all make hundreds of millions of dollars, billions of dollars. And you're going to end up having world talent. That's what they're going for. And I can see it. Now, this is funny that LeBron is one of the investors. When we talked about LeBron was promised a team in Vegas, or we assume that he's the front runner for a team in Vegas. I don't know if you'd be able to own both teams as rivals.
It's just why not? It's just like him owning at the end of the day, just owning another team. My interesting point about this is I wonder, number one, are they going to make, like the majority of these teams now, where if you have a team in the country, you got to have, if there are 15 players, then 12 of them got to be from the country. Then you can get 3 players from somewhere else. Is that how it's going to be? Number two, one of the things that I've seen with this administration, and now it's moving over into the NBA, is everybody has been in the knee. Me and you had a long conversation about Twitter and Blue Sky, and I told you I think that they all the same. And then a couple days later, they were like, "We are." Then you have this situation where people are forgetting the guy that we've talked about multiple times on this podcast and won't actually say his real name. We only say his initials because he is the boogeyman, is supposed to be a big part of this, and that's MBS. So, LeBron has done a lot of speaking out about certain things that happen across this planet that we live on. And that's one of the things that, Enos Cantor, Enos Freedom, called him out about was it seems a little disingenuous how sometimes these are your morals and then sometimes they're not. So for you to go into business with MBS is surely an interesting thing to do. That's where it gets interesting to me.
We'll see. It also maybe a ploy. Like, hey, I'll go over here and start a league because right now I think it's Maverick Carter. It's not LeBron.
Oh no, I think LeBron. It's smart for LeBron to go everywhere. I think that LeBron and Adam Silver are a package deal. Adam Silver ain't doing nothing to piss off LeBron, and LeBron ain't doing nothing to piss off Adam Silver other than not participating in that All-Star game, which 100% he told Adam Silver he'd kiss his ass on that All-Star game. That's
everybody shitted on everybody and shitted on everybody.
Norm Powell. If I'm Norm Powell, I probably
every time I'm trying to kick you in the back of the knee, dog.
I got to
go ahead and retire, big dog.
I had one chance to make an All-Star game, and you
better not let Bronny get in the game because I can't block you, but I can show up Pat Bev Bronny for the whole time he in the game.
I'm gonna tell you one person who will be a Jordan fan to the end of time. It's Norm Powell. He won't even LeBron. Boy, can't go to hell. You ruined my one chance. I think that LeBron is gonna get his franchise for sure. But I think that the NBA is going to participate in this Eurasia team, and LeBron wants to be able to sell sneakers over there too. They're going to slap his face on everything. And then they will have NBA Africa, NBA Eurasia, and NBA. And if y'all Chinese people could be good at basketball, we'll put one over there for y'all too.
That's what Eurasia is, ain't it?
I mean, but I'm talking about they dropped one right over there for them. I think this is going to be
Chinese basketball league. They kind of are insulated. They done taken the point now when they added Stephon Marbury, Dwayne Wade. What's the one now? Kenneth Lofton Jr. He's signed with Wade now, and he's out there. They can't stop him. Which I mean, they couldn't stop him here. They just tried to make a reason he shouldn't play. But I mean,
Barkley.
he out there cooking. So I think the China's league is too insulated. They're too self-sufficient.
I agree,
which is a microcosm of their entire country. So
the NBA is surely trying to widen their footprint, and I think that LeBron would rather be a part of it than not be a part of it. But NBA, I can't we know. Hey, y'all see him. Y'all know what he does, and everybody. But that's the thing. Everybody been in the knee these days, bro.
Yeah, money can. What I've noticed is everybody can be bought. Let's move on to the Spurs. The Spurs, man, T's and P's.
Next season.
Prayers, thoughts, love. Get well soon to Pop. It's been said that Pop is what we already knew has been confirmed. He's not coming back this season. He did suffer a mild stroke. I believe that has been. That's what he's recovering from, and whatever, even if it's a mild stroke, depending on what happened and what are some of the effects of it, he may not come back at all, which means he may have some disability. Which is scary.
I don't think that that's the situation because they say he's been very active as far as what's going on with the team. If he was facing something like that, I think that they would probably you would assume that they would do a better job, but let's be real. Spurs don't really manage injuries very well. Kawhi Leonard. I bet they managed his Wemby injury a lot.
Ooh, got that blood clot. Yeah.
Yeah, I think number one, of course, thoughts and prayers to Pop. Also, job well done, bro. You've done everything that we could have asked for. I know you I know you see Wemby, and I know you love basketball, but go do something. Like, I don't know what to tell people once they've gotten to that point. I don't want to tell you to go do something else with your time, but if I think he does have a family, man, basketball is just a game.
Talking about Wemby?
Yeah, no, I'm talking about Pop.
Oh,
Hell
Pop.
no, Wemby. Wemby, hey, lay it on down. What y'all need to put him in a sauna, hyperbaric chamber, Benjamin Button, whatever you need him to do. Hey, if they need to build him a new arm, they will build him a new arm.
Folks in
And
the
they
chat.
get back into the tank for flag.
That's exactly what I was about to say. That's what they saying in the chat. They said they did the same thing with David Robinson. He got hurt, then he went and got Tim Duncan and won a championship. Like Vic though, what's scary about this is the first thing that I thought of. Two things. One, I saw the video. It's not real, or it's not. I don't think that's what caused it. But they're showing when Vic was about to do a 3/4 shot, and Sochan blocked the shot from behind, and he grabbed his shoulder. That, and then, but to have, number two, to have blood clots, the only thing I can think about is Chris Bosh. Chris Bosh was at the pinnacle of his, I mean, he was what, 32, 31? He was at the pinnacle of his years. He was in peak, remember, he came in with LeBron. So he was in, and Wade. So he's peak prime years, and he had just won the championships, and they were going to build around him. Right? Because LeBron left, Wade got old. They were going to build around Bosh. He had those blood clots. They ended up going to his lungs. And they was like, nope, not till we get that under control. And that pretty much ended his career. What I hope happened is it doesn't happen with Vic. And I think the reason that they stopped it so soon is like, we can't, blood clots can spread or whatever. They're like, nah, we getting this done right now. Not now, but right now.
Well, I think that the big thing was that his was Bosch's. They say, because I'm reading here about a surgeon who said that him and his situation is very different, but his is more similar to what Brandon Ingram had to kind of got him out in 2019, where he had the exact same thing that Vic had, which is a deep
thrombosis.
Yes, deep vein thrombosis, and I think very similar. So everybody says that, it of course is always scary, things that happen with blood clots, but ultimately this is something he bounces back for. And realistically, as long as he's okay, this is better. This is probably better than best case scenario. You don't put no more miles on him for the rest of the year. Y'all wasn't finna win nothing. You get a chance to tank. And I mean, the only thing is, for the rest of the season, poor Fox and Stephon Castle just got to go out there and fight it out. But I think that hopefully gives him an opportunity to get some chemistry. And then, even if you don't, it's going to be, Ace Bailey going to be there. And he'd surely be an interesting 3 with Victor and Castle and Vassell and Keldon and Fox. And you get off Chris Paul money, if I remember correctly. It ain't a lot, but you still paying him.
Yeah. We gonna see. Where we go? Are we going to Luka now?
Yeah.
Luka to the Lakers. Luka, as Snoop Dogg tried put out today after Luka and
we still don't bang with you.
I'm about to say now Snoop. He put out Luka. It was clever. Luka, Lucuh. It was great. Fantastic. Bro, we ain't forgot now.
You the police. Until proven otherwise, Snoop is the police.
Hey, bro, all that you could get online and say you do damage control is that y'all can't hate on me. I love y'all too much. Sure, Snoop. You was out there, big dog.
You shaking your butt for Donnie T.
And Elon. It is what it is. But Luka, for those that have been on the rock, was traded to the Lakers for Anthony Davis, Max Christie, and the first round pick. He has struggled. I wouldn't say struggled. He's been hurt. So then he came back and he was trying to figure out before he came back, they did do a trade for Dalton Connect for Mark Williams. Then the Lakers backed out. they said that he failed a test. No, he didn't really fail a test. It was more of the Lakers. All of the tests that he said they took, his agent said that he passed once he went back to Charlotte. So for the Lakers to fail him, they don't know why. So it sounds like what they're trying to say is that the Lakers reneged on the trade for Dalton Knecht to Mark Williams. But even with that being said, Luka came back and had just destroyed Denver in Denver. Him and LeBron look like Wade, LeBron in the Heat.
Now this is the thing, Luka. You change scenery, so I think it's going to take us. It took a second for a shot to come around. First game against the Jazz, though, 14 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists in 24 minutes. That's cooking.
It was a shot.
5 of 14. 5 of 14.
Yeah.
Really, one of 7. Like the 3-pointer been kicking his ass. That's really what it is. But that's the least of my worries. Then he played the Jazz again, 16 points.
Can't be now. You ain't got a lot of shooting.
Hold on. 16 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, 1 steal, 1 block. Then to the Hornets, 14 points, 11 rebounds, 8 assists, 1 steal. Still shot 5 of 18, 1 of 9 from 3. And then versus Nuggets, he finally put it all together. 32 points, 10 rebounds, 7 assists, 4 steals, 1 block. That cannot happen.
Oh,
and not only did it, not only did it happen to the best team, like the Nuggets been bullying them, and he
kicking their ass, they whooping LeBron's ass. Now I will say, you say it can't happen, like they got a choice. Once the Lakers figured out that, and JJ Redick said, "Hey, we need to get the ball to Luka. LeBron, you can have the ball 35% of the time. But when Luka's in the game and they just let Luka run point, he was hitting LeBron with post fades, with corners, with alley-oops, with off the roll. Like, he made every correct pass. And I was like, oh,
I'm gonna tell you 2 things that is gonna drive people crazy about this. Number one is fast break is unfortunate for anybody now. Because they're just football passing it. Who got the ball? Chuck it. Just throw it on down there. He'll fix it. And they're both so big, positive applicable, that it's really like throwing a jump ball to 2 guys that are both tight ends. And they're just going to get it. And LeBron has really been enjoying this. The other part is when you get into half-court offense, you flatten the entire offense out if you put one on one side and put one on the other side. And both can initiate the offense. So where you would try to shift the defense and be like, all right, well, we might not be able to double on Braun, but we can help. Now, oh, my God. You want what are you going to do? You going to just let LeBron run roughshod by himself? Or you going to let Luka do that? Or you going to shade to one side and just get torched?
Well, the thing about the Lakers is, and the thing about this whole trade is, I knew that this was going to galvanize that roster. LeBron already makes everybody better. Luka plus LeBron is a steroid. And so now when I say galvanizes the team, they know they ain't got, hey, look, if I want to stay on this team, because they got to pay Luka. If I want to stay on this team, I got to know my role. And now they got Jared Vanderbilt back. They traded for Dorian Finney-Smith in that Luka trade. No, before that Luka trade. They got Dorian Finney-Smith. They have the number 1 defensive rating in the last 15 games, the Lakers, after losing. Now, they did have AD for a week of that, if I'm not mistaken.
But the guys, this is the thing for me, is y'all got to play defense.
Yeah,
but as long as y'all play defense, as long as the others play defense, then y'all can ride the coattails. They're probably getting paid and going somewhere else. Jackson Hayes just put himself in a different tax bracket just for sticking around. With Mark Williams, because all he's gonna do is catch lobs. That's it.
And run fast.
The Lakers team, like, he is a guy who Jackson Hayes couldn't always get on the floor. Like,
no, not behind Anthony Davis. Yeah, and they didn't want to pay. They should have, because Davis wanted to play the 4, but they didn't want to do it.
But also, I just think that Jackson Hayes, like, I've seen him play enough that he just. and here the example, not the gameplay, but he's very similar to like a Aiton, where I'm big, but I just ain't influencing the game enough.
Tall man, not big
Now,
man.
yes, but now just being able that because he still can run and he's still tall as hell and he's not a bad basketball player. But LeBron and Luka finna have him look like a world beater, and they're gonna force him to look like a world beater because we gotta beat a lot of these guys. Now, the answer is Dalton Connect and Austin Reeves.
Who just
Woo!
Austin Reeves? Didn't he have career high? He had like 40.
Hey, all he gotta do is shoot that. Hey, throw me the ball. Oh, cover him. I'm open. I'm open. I'm open.
He done got
Austin
so
Reeves.
much confidence because he's going against your third option, and he is
Man.
cooking.
Austin Reeves, 23 points. He had 32 points in the game before. All you gotta do is shoot, and shoot open shots. You're not getting. Or
That's why they reneged on Dalton Connect. Them two put them at the elbow. Because Dalton Connect he can do everything Austin Reeves can do.
and Finney Smith. If I'll be completely honest, I'm moving Austin Reeves. I'm 100% moving Austin Reeves. ASAP.
Why? Didn't they already sign him?
Because I have Dalton Connect, who's bigger. I think to me, Dalton Connect is just better to me.
He definitely has the talent to be better. I think Reeves is more
And
proven.
Sure, but he's also on a rookie contract. I could go get me two more. I could at least get me one more player, maybe two more players, which would help the depth on this team, which would be great for the Lakers. I'm moving. I mean, there's redundancy. There's too much redundancy for me between Dalton Connect and Austin Reeves.
How long does LeBron stick around? Because you know they got to pay Luka the $400. You make this trade with the intentions of paying him the supermax. So, how long does LeBron stick around? And for him to stick around and be competitive, he's going to have to restructure his contract, or he's going to sign another 2-year, $120 million deal or something like that.
Hey, LeBron James, let me tell you like this.
He could definitely go down as the GOAT, boy.
The best thing you could do is call Tom Brady.
Yeah.
Hey, Tom, how much money do I need to take to make sure that I can just win? You rich now. You a billionaire. There's another 100 million, No, take you a little 30, 35 million and go get you some players. And I mean, this does give you a chance to maybe get
7.
Number one, you could get don't worry about 7 yet. You are getting ahead of your skis. First thing you need to do is try to get Steph off your back. That's your first thing.
Steph off his back would be 6.
Yes.
You got
to get.
How many got? 4 or 5?
He's got 4.
Oh, okay. 6. I meant 2
Yes.
more is what? 2 more to whatever he has now. I didn't mean 3. I thought he had 5.
Yeah.
2 more. Yeah, Kobe got 5. 2 more. Yeah, you could get to 6. You get to 6, then you're probably being viewed as you've caught Jordan. You probably caught the Jordan.
Because at that point you also have all the lifetime achievement awards too. And you're putting a lot of those awards in Stockton status. Don't even worry about it. You spend your whole career, you won't even get close to me.
Ever.
So
you definitely go down as the GOAT. And then you get to have the greatest send-off ever. You get to literally win a championship. Let's say you win 2 more with Luka. You then retire and place the crown on Luka's head and said, "This is yours now." And you've gotten Luka too, and he's got the max. Storybook. That's storybook. The Lakers would never.
And he's taping all of this Last Dance shit. So yeah, I get to hit y'all in a decade with a documentary of the Luka trade. I would even count all of the rest of that. Just erase that. The bubble chip. Forget about it. It's a clip.
He said just erase that. Yeah. But ladies and gentlemen, we've come to the end of the basketball segment of episode 179 of the Splashcast Monday Night Raw. Give us about 2 minutes. We actually going to do football tonight because we only have 5 topics, and it's going to be quick. So
I'm flying through football. It'll be So long before we see a football game.
Y'all stay tuned. We will be right back. And we're back, ladies and gentlemen, with our final segment of episode 179 of the Splashcast Monday Night Raw. Our football segment. We got a few things we're gonna talk about today. Shout out to the Eagles again, Super Bowl champions, won off the back of the tush push. That's a shot. They won off the back of that defense, and it was Saquon Barkley and good and great roster management. But it's reported or revealed that a team petitioned to make the tush push illegal. And that team was the Packers. Talk about being sore losers. Bro, if you can't, you want to stop it, stop it. All you got to do.
So the couple things. Number one, Eagles fans, y'all owe Chiefs fans an apology. Because as soon as that came out, the first person who everybody blamed was the Chiefs. Must have been you guys. Number two, ain't no secret safe, clearly. Sources, it was a secret for 2 hours. Somebody tried to ban the tush push. Up. Here we go. It's like Scooby-Doo. And I would have got away with it if it wasn't for you meddling kids. I immediately snitched on the Packers. There ain't no secrecy in anything no more. As soon as you say it, you might as well.
Why would you think it was the Chiefs? Y'all didn't tush push. Y'all didn't need to tush push the Chiefs. It was 49.
Y'all just pushed them. Y'all pushed them around, right?
Yeah, I would have been like, if I was a Chiefs fan, I'd be like, come on, we lost by 4. What? Y'all defense outscored us.
Right?
Like, what you mean?
Come on, man. No, we good, dog. We trying to bounce back. But it was fine. It was funny to find out that it was the Packers. That was just hate. And this is the thing. It's y'all can all do it. So just do it. That's the part that I don't understand. If they gonna tush push, then we're all pushing the tush. It's that simple.
No.
Just like
Jalen Hurts squats 600. Josh Allen is 6'5", 250. It ain't too many quarterbacks that have the leg drive and everything to be able to do it. Otherwise, everybody would do it.
I mean,
it's got to be more complicated than it looks. Because to me, it's like, well, I don't understand why y'all don't bring in 5 defensive linemen. I'd run the T. Y'all remember the T formation? I run the T formation. That's all. And that'd be it.
You, if everybody can run that Wildcat offense, we finna find a way to do this tush push. Speaking of the Eagles, no surprise here. They've already denied the request. They are not going to the White House. Not a surprise. We are very proud of you guys.
Stick to your convictions. Stick to your convictions, man. The players, and the front office made this decision jointly, which means that the player said we ain't going, and the front office said we can't make you. So go
I
ahead.
don't think they did that. I think they said y'all can go. Like Magic Johnson say, I ain't gonna be there.
Nope, I ain't gonna be there.
And then if you haven't noticed, the majority of these, this is a very black team. If the quarterback don't go, if the receivers don't go, if the running back don't go, it's meant to be you and 3 linemen looking crazy in the face.
Only and 3 because it's 3 blacks now. No, it's 2 blacks.
Yeah, and the
2 blacks.
And
well,
the
2 minorities.
Like, oh no, bro, I'm not finna play this game.
I gotta come back here. I mean, I got a good thing going. No matter how I feel politically, I know where I won't be.
Going on. I'm not gonna mess this up. Want to see Big T? No, I'm good. Super good.
Nope. Also, Zach Martin, one of the best offensive guards of all time, has retired. Announced his retirement. Interesting stat: 9 career Pro Bowls, 7 career holding penalties.
That is crazy. I think that this is a problem. I don't think that he's, and let me look and see how old he is. He ain't that old. I think that this is more indicative of, I think that he could have played another 2 or 3 years.
He's 34.
But yeah. I think that he probably plays longer if the Cowboys are in a different situation.
Competitive.
I think that this not off the sauce. I think that it made I think it was very easy decision to make. He's like, well, I've been here this long. I'm really not trying to go somewhere else. Jerry just hired Lil Shotty. I'm out, dog. I ain't gotta, I'm not trying to go somewhere. Yeah, I'm not gonna go somewhere and mess up what I got here. The 9 Pro Bowls, 7 holding penalties. It's crazy. I'm gonna be a Hall of Famer. I'm rich.
I don't know what's even crazier about that stat. The fact that he has more Pro Bowls than holding penalties for a career, or the fact that he's played 11 seasons and only had 7 holding penalties, which means he's gone at least 4 seasons without having a holding penalty, at least, assuming that he maybe got 3 as a rookie. You would assume there was something as a rookie, he might have got 3 or 4. So that means he got 3 holding penalties in 10 years. Jerry, remember they was negotiating with him. They was talking about not paying him and all that other stuff. If I had known that, I'd have pissed on your desk, Jerry. If I had known that.
I know that Jerry is a good negotiator because he's rich, but I don't know when the last time Jerry negotiated well. But congratulations, Zach Martin.
There is a court joke that I am not going to make.
Oh, you're right. You're undefeated there. He is undefeated. Correct. But once again, congratulations to Zach Martin.
Ironically,
I believe him to be a first ballot Hall of Famer.
He is a first ballot Hall of Famer.
You pick the picture then, Reggie. Since you didn't name the show, just send me when you get out tomorrow. Send the picture and I'll put it together. So congratulations, Zach Martin. I believe you to be a first ballot Hall of Famer, elite career.
That was the wrong thing to search. That was the wrong thing to search.
Yeah. Yep, that's what you got. No, you can't cover up your eyes. You should have went with private search if you was gonna do that.
Oh my God, the cookies on my phone.
Delete. Yeah. Yeah, that's the right. Baked good. But next up, we're gonna talk about, which is I think fantastic news for us, is that the salary cap actually has went way up. Last year, the salary cap in the NFL was $255.4 million, and it has shot up to somewhere between 277.5 to on the highest end 281 million. That is fantastic for the Atlanta Hawks. I mean, excuse me, not the Atlanta Hawks, the Atlanta Falcons, because we have the $40-ish million cap hit for Kirk Cousins. So our ability to be able to have more money to spend this does do us a great service as far as offsetting that money in the future, which is very exciting for us. That's a true blessing for us. That
Don't do
really,
nothing for. I mean, it does something, but we still in negative this year though. We gonna have to figure. It's gonna be some
yeah.
tough decisions.
Oh yeah,
It's gonna
but
be some
it's
decisions.
less tough. It's less tough decisions with the 30, 25, $27 million bump. That helps a lot. And then finally, this is a very controversial thing, but GM Eric DaCosta has spoken about how they use man ratings to elevate, it's not elevate players, but evaluate players. If I remember, I think that the Giants GM has also said the same thing. As a video game player myself, I'm kind of on both sides of this. I understand how this is a plenty $billion industry, so you should be using your analytics, your cameras, your scouts. They should be able to do it. But I also understand that these games are very serious about having the stats and the abilities tracked down to the as minuscule as they can, and they are constantly updating them. They are nerfing them to make the game very realistic. So they're paying very close attention. I don't know where I fall on this, because I do think that it's a real thing, but I also think that fans can be mad if that's how you're doing it, because you get paid a lot of money.
It's that's one of the things you don't say out loud. Like, you use AI to do your resume. You don't say that out loud. You just do it. Like, you don't say, hey, I use Madden to evaluate players. Cool, it works when it worked. It works on y'all defense. Y'all Madden rating is checking that on defense. Y'all got Kyle Hamilton. Y'all went and got all these players. Y'all draft everything. What the fuck y'all doing at receiver? What y'all seeing in Madden? That's other than Zay Flowers. What y'all seeing in Madden?
I can see the steam just.
Y'all not uploading the rosters correct from his.
he gonna look like a cartoon character when he see that.
Y'all not uploading the receiver and the roster data right from NCAA. Y'all missing that because y'all ain't doing it right. Something wrong.
That is like that's the part is there. I do know of players that are really good because of video games that most people don't know are good.
Yeah, we about to get one from the Jets. We about to get one from the Jets this offseason. Watch.
I will tell you right now, I've been playing with Max Christie on my 2K team for like the last 2 years.
Yeah, he can shoot.
His 3-point shot is 98%. He damn near a third of my offense now. Shoot that three. But so I can see how, like, oh, he's a glitch. So then you get him over to the Mavericks. Now you're like, damn, this kid is kind of good. But at the same time, they pay you a lot of money. You need to get your ass off Madden. You better you find it real. They right there. You can play Madden in real life.
Right. And that's
what are you doing, son?
And because you're the Ravens and because of your perceived, track record of a great organization, although I mean Justin Tucker is trying to end that in one fell summer. But
yo. We gonna close the show with Justin Tucker. Me and Reggie knew about Justin Tucker before everybody else did.
Yep.
We had this whole
shout out to Josh.
We was gonna put out all of these little breadcrumbs. And then after we put out the breadcrumbs, we was going to come out and reveal later. Gotcha. We knew. Of course we did. We went to Twitter and tweeted early. And if y'all go back, y'all can see the tweets. And then Luka got traded and pissed it away. Nobody cared about Justin Tucker no more.
At all.
Or our big reveal because AD and Luka got traded. And I'm like, bro, we had the best setup. If y'all still listening to the show, thank you guys for rocking with us. We are giving you the BTS. Me and Reggie had a whole game plan. We was like, we're going to kill him with this. We're going to kill him. Let him know. That's the reason we named the show Tuck It. everything. It was so many different. Uh, what's the name of it? Easter eggs that we had
Oh
put
yeah,
in
yeah,
that
yeah.
episode.
Yeah.
Litter. If you go back and listen to Tucker, there are Easter eggs everywhere about Justin Tucker, minus the actual episode being named Tuck It. And then the world of sports ruined it. So let me tell y'all anything. Shit just gonna continue to happen every day. So
Yeah. Yeah.
just
But
tell a story. When you find it, just say it out loud. Just yell out loud, real fast.
yeah. Yeah. I wouldn't. It was so. The timing was so crazy about the Luka trade with the Justin Tucker and everything. I was like, I wouldn't be surprised if Rob Pelinka and Justin Tucker are ninth cousins. And they figured out, and they was like, "Hey,
Hey, you got
your great grandma and my
it
great
ain't-
grandma are sisters. I need you to make this go away.
No. You it ain't I. Hey, bro.
You,
Justin Tucker's still in trouble now. Were me and Reggie able to lay out our wild plan days and days how we wanted to? No. Was that foiled? Yes. Justin Tucker is also under investigation by the National Football League. And one thing that happens when the NFL investigates, they find something
to not pay you
somebody.
for. That's what they try. They try not to pay you. That's what it is.
You ain't gonna get paid, and you better hope that you're not like Dan Snyder and get some other people fired. John Gruden's still trying to find his way back to the NFL. He's just hanging out near players now.
Throwing all types of quarterback whiteboards. Yeah, the whiteboard on the 50-yard line. I said, "Dog, you combining?" I said, "Okay, we in the classroom and on the field."
Oh, right. He just want to be in the hey, and I want to be like Ashton Genty. You know what he said, right? That's what I really wanted to say.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we ain't forget.
Nope, and we not.
Got caught up in somebody else's email. They're gonna go through Justin Tucker emails too. Good luck.
Woo-hoo! With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we come to the end of episode 179 of the Splashcast Monday Night Raw. We appreciate. Shout out again off the great. Shout out to all you viewers that were here. Shout out to Sneaky. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to the world.
Shout out to Jazz last week for helping us out.
Jazz did it. She did. You mic check, sound check. That's the new pregame sound check. Thank you for rocking with us. Remember, always like, follow, subscribe. We'll have Thursday through Monday. We'll have the episode out. We'll have clips. We'll have discussion points. Y'all do all of that. Make sure you tell a friend. Norwood, if I miss anything, take us out.
Number one. More black baseball. More black baseball. More black baseball. More black baseball. And I think the Dodgers are going to mess around and actually make the MLB have a salary cap. Y'all have gone too far. Y'all gone so far that everybody like, okay,
they said, oh, another Japanese pitcher. Oh, well, we got another $90 million for him too a year.
Right.
It's like, whatever. We'll put it in escrow. We'll figure it out later.
Yeah. Satoshi Nakamoto. Man, y'all Bitcoin. Y'all just finding people now. I don't know how any team is supposed to compete with that. Number two, and I love to see it, and it continues to grow, especially y'all. That this new Zydeco and black country music, y'all got these fans out, and y'all line dancing. It's only one podcast that put you on to the black cowboys and cowgirls 2 years ago. It Us. Mm-hmm. You're welcome. Now y'all got the wedding fans, and now. Two-stepping and three-stepping.
Y'all better go to them old Zydeco songs now. Them old Zydeco, they tell you a story.
Yeah.
I got a girl named Shirley. And she's going home. It's a good.
No, that song about laying in the barn. I was like, whoa.
I got somebody's wife up under my arm. You be like, this is playing in church. This is a church picnic. Y'all know that, right?
Too freaky. Y'all way too freaky. But yeah, shout out to the black cowboys and cowgirls. And then number 3, and by far the most important, historically black college university. The one that you went to, your cousin went to, your auntie that meant a lot to you. The person who used to laugh and kiki in the back of the church with you. Send some money over there. Historically black college and university. that is in your town, the ones you go to for homecoming, step shows, or just to be around your people. And finally, the greatest learning institution in all the world, the Hampton University. We only ask for $18.68 on behalf of the Splashcast. I saw something today on my feed where it showed literally over 100 HBCUs that just don't exist anymore for whatever reason. We have to take care of HBCUs. You know,
We
that's
all
what
we
me and
got.
Reggie are,
We all we got
are
now. It's
really,
just us.
that's what we are here for. Right. And they doing their damnedest to get rid of everything else. I think they just cut $19 million in HBCU scholarships yesterday or the day before, whatever it may be. Man, thoughts and prayers to all the people who may not have an opportunity to get an education for that now, but that means that we have to take that slack, find a way to compensate so that we can continue to educate people and honestly educate people fully because they are deleting. With that being said, adios, mi amigos. God is love. Take care of us.
Because nobody else will.
And don't go to Target. Hey, we ain't going to Target no more. Boy, I feel so good not going to Target. And I got to find a way to not go to Amazon. But Target, y'all can go to hell.
Hey, man. Hey, we working on it. Shout out to Dive Team Media Network, who is always sponsor of this show. We are trying to find more and more black businesses of the diaspora to advertise. Please reach out to us so that if you have a product that we can vet, that we would love to produce, not produce, would love to market and have out there. With that being said, we out of here.
El Gato Negro, the black cat.
We will be out of here. We love